Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live, Saturday night edition. Yes, and we got a pretty good show for y'all here tonight. As you can tell from the thumbnail and you can see from the rundown, we got some good topics. We're going to talk to Devondre Campbell because that, to me, is just a really weird situation and a sad situation, but we'll get into it. We are going to talk the late, great Kobe Bryant, a guy that many have as a top 5 player all time, just an incredible player. We are going to talk some Bronny James, some good stuff there, give a little bit of flowers. And then, of course, we're going to talk the NFL MVP race. That's another pretty good story in sports right now. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit the spiel. Then I'm going to come back and Transformer has something that he would like to say to everybody. If you're here on YouTube and you haven't already, please make sure you go ahead, click that like, that subscribe, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us that like, that 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And finally, make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, set an alarm, do whatever you got to do to remember. Saturday nights at 7 p.m. we are live here on the Format Podcast, and we'll give you the opportunity to call in, talk to us, get at me. I love it. I can't wait. Always excited to do the show and you know, to bring our unique perspective to everybody and just you know, talk to y'all and just kick it on some sports tip, man. And just, you know, another reminder that of course we have the memberships open, so don't hesitate if you're interested to join the channel, and we'll go ahead and start getting some exclusive content out for channel members. Now we got that out of the way. I want to take a minute and I want to sit quietly and I want to stand back and I want to let my man Transformer have the mic and say what he has to say.
All right, guys. So very important. We want to get very serious right here. Something today occurred in the world, and we definitely want to bring light to the situation. Of course, you know, there was a game today, and it was two mighty forces in the armed forces, and they clashed. So I want to take a moment of silence before I commit an introduction to a certain moment. All right. Without further ado, Sid Bubba, I know you're watching. Cue in. Anchors away, my boys. Anchors away. Farewell to foreign shores. We sail at the break of day. Through our last night ashore. Drink to the full. Until we meet once more, we're wishing you a happy voyage home. Go Navy, beat Army, let's go. Hoorah, baby, let's go.
And I have to sit there quietly and I have to show respect to that because my brother and his boys, they showed up today. They showed out today. As Shannon Sharp like to say, they put foots in them. Put foots in my beloved Army. So shout out and congrats to the midshipmen today, man. Played a hell of a game and got so much respect for those guys, the way they came out. And I really thought, you know, after the season we had this year, 11-1 and winning the AAC American Athletic Conference the first year in it and just having a tremendous season, that it would just continue today. But that just goes to show you, man, these rivalry games, there's something different. Yeah. And you know what's funny, Transformer, real quick, and then we'll move on. Like, remember we were saying, like, if Ryan Day wins the national championship, it'd still be bittersweet for Ohio State because they lost to Michigan.
Yeah.
That's kind of the feeling I'm getting right now. Like, we had an incredible year, Army. We freaking, you know, we got a bowl game coming up to prepare for and hopefully win. Army won, like I said, they won the conference championship, but you know, you go against your number one rival and you play those guys, and then not only do they beat you, you know, they put a stomping on you, and it's like
the brakes off of you. Yeah,
there's not really anything that can fix that. You know what I'm saying? It's because you have a hole 365 days to wait before you get a chance at redemption. So I kind of get that Ohio State, Michigan feeling here. So yeah, man, salute to y'all. Salute to the way y'all came out and y'all balled out and y'all handled business, man. I got nothing to say, brother.
Hey, no, man, it's always love. At the end of the day, it's a game that's on the field. Once that game is over, me and you are brothers in arms, man. We're brothers in the armed forces, and we ride or die together, man. Literally ride or die together. So, man, salute to the Army as well. They brought the love. They brought the fandom. They just didn't bring the play.
No, we did not.
Didn't bring the play.
Didn't bring that at all.
Man, so shout out to the Navy midshipman, man. Shout out Blake Horvath. You know, he showed out today, man. He ran all over the place.
Sure did.
Our quarterback for the Navy midshipmen, they did their thing. Bryson Daly,
204 on the ground today.
204 on the ground, 2 touchdowns in the air, 2 touchdowns on the ground. As you guys know, these are 2 running football teams. They're just going to run the ball at will, at random, at all day. And it was a great game, man. It felt good to like have that piece in the fourth quarter to where it's like,
yeah.
There's no stress.
Last year literally came down to inches last year. So yeah,
correct.
I can imagine how good you were feeling. That was, what can I say, man? Y'all did your thing, man. I got nothing to say. Salute, brother. Salute.
Absolutely, man. Salute to you too, brother. Salute to you too. Yeah. Absolutely. It's a last rewind singing maybe your next forte. I'm hoarse right now, bro. I'm actually hoarse. People don't know. I'm an actual former choir singer, right?
Here you go.
Hey, man. Choir. I made all Southwest Tennessee 2 years in a row. That was before I joined the military and became a coach, and all this yelling just took my voice away from me, man. So fun fact, I actually used to be able to sing. Used to.
That has been. I don't believe you. I think you got that made at like Kinko's or something.
Kinko's is crazy. That's crazy. Man. My voice is gone because of that. Oh man. How you doing though, brother? I didn't ask you before we
But no, how you doing, man? Not a bad day at all. Can't complain.
Yeah.
You know, blessed as always. You know, thankful.
Always.
So yeah.
Highly favored, my boy.
That is it.
Yes,
Edward Jackson has a quick question for us. He says, I want to know something, especially you, Bruce, because I'm pretty sure you criticized the Lakers winning the NBA Cup, but will you criticize anyone who wins it this year? Edward, so let me say this, right? When I criticize the Lakers,
why you gotta start there?
No. I just do it to mess with them, especially Transformer, because being a Celtics fan, anytime the Lakers do anything is we always gotta shoot the crap at them, right? So
yeah,
I didn't really criticize them for it, other than the fact that it was kind of weird to me that they should have like hung that banner on the other side of the stadium and say, okay, well, we plan to get more. You don't put those up there next to 17 world titles. Like, to me, that's the only thing. But
I agree.
It's cool. They won, and especially you always got the history of winning the inaugural one. So I think that's something too. Especially if the NBA Cup eventually becomes a real thing,
a big thing,
right? Yeah. So and honestly, Edward, I really don't care, man. I think the NBA Cup is just. I think it's just more crap trying to get some interest in the game during a very long regular season where guys don't really care that much. So, no, I won't criticize anyone who wins it. Not at all.
No, absolutely. I mean, I don't hang much to it as well. I mean, the NBA Cup, that's for the players to have some type of motivation early in the season.
Right.
As we know, the season start off slow. It's 82 games. It's a long season. So a lot of players are just like kind of just going through the motion. So it kind of gives the NBA players something more to battle for. It feels good that the Lakers are the first, right? You know what I mean? Like I hype on Green Bay. We invented the Super Bowl, right?
That's right.
We invented the Super Bowl, and then we won the first 2 Super Bowls to ever be created.
That's correct.
So that's something you can hang your hat on. Like, 49ers or Dallas are like, we got more Super Bowls. But I'm like, man, who invented the damn thing?
That's
we
right.
did.
That's right.
We kept winning so many world championships that we had to create something different. And we won the first 2 of those. So it's just under that same breath. We're the first to do it, but congrats to whoever's going to win it. I think it's the Bucks, and who else is going to be up?
Oh, I'm so embarrassed to say I don't know. I really don't.
I don't know.
Because I'll say it's hard for me to really, number one, how I feel about the modern NBA. It's difficult for me. But even beyond that, we're still, we're now rolling into the college football playoff. We're
Yep.
in the home stretch of the NFL. So it's like,
Yep.
me, the NBA is still kind of taking a back seat until
Mhm.
like the NFL playoffs wrap up. Then it's like, okay, now we're going to really dig into the NBA. So for me personally, and this is something I actually have thought about. Like, I really should be paying more attention to the NBA Cup. Somebody's going to ask me about it. And lo and behold,
Yeah.
right? But,
Looking at it, well, I was looking at it. It's kind of like loading up right now. But
mm,
single elimination championship in Vegas right now. The semifinals. I believe the Bucks and Hawks are playing right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the Bucks and the Bucks and the Hawks are in the semifinals.
so the Bucks just beat the Hawks.
Okay, so the Bucks are gonna go. All right, and then OKC is gonna play Houston. So the best out of OKC and Houston, then the winner of that is gonna play the Bucks for the championship to win year number 2 NBA Cup. So here we go.
There you go. By the way, did you? Nah, I ain't even gonna. I'll get you offline because that could go a bad place. Yeah, I'll get you offline, man. Yeah. My bad.
The chat gonna be like, man. So go ahead and say it, Bruce, man.
Right,
it's your channel.
right.
It's your channel, bro.
No, that was accidental. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and let's get to the quick hits, and then we'll get into the main topics. Where are we? Okay, quick hit number 1 was my terrible memory here. Boom. Okay. So I saw something today that had me like, really? So apparently Giannis is not particularly happy with the mainstream media. And I'm like, wait, what? Now, okay. So this came across my feed on the computer. Giannis calls out ESPN for its unapologetic takes on NBA players. I'm tired of walking in the facility and tune into first take. That's what he said. So Giannis says, I'll read the quote. He says, I want you one day, Thanasis, to go to first take, sit down on the table. Sit down. They love you over there, said Giannis. Stephen A. Smith is your guy. Sit down for real. I'm tired of walking in the facility and turning to first take because we have first take all over the TVs and see like blah, blah, blah. I'm tired. So I'm like, man, wait, what is this? So he says, so basically what this is about, he says, this is how I believe media works. The day you beat a team, like today, Vegas, baby, the Bucks are rolling. They're going to Vegas. Blackjack, wow. And the day you lose, they suck. Get them out of here. Trade Giannis. He has blood in his hands. Nobody wants him. He can't shoot. Blah, blah, blah. Bad teammate. 0 IQ. Guys, yesterday I was the best player in the world. So I think what he's saying, he's frustrated with the way that these guys are Edward Jackson, the Heisman ceremony, I believe, is at 8:00. So they'll probably announce the winner by 8:15, 8:20, somewhere in there. But yeah, I think what Giannis is saying, like, he's frustrated with the way that the mainstream sports media covers people because it's really flippant. And that's true to some extent, right? But that's just the way it goes when you have a 24-hour media cycle and media turns so fast, right? Now, I don't necessarily agree with the way a lot of people do stuff in terms of, today he's the best player in the world and next week he's trash. Nah, that shouldn't be it. Now, you could say right now he's playing like he's the best in the world, right? And then next week, he's not living up to what I said last week. Right now, he's playing like trash. But it's not, you can't go, in my humble estimation, you can't go from the extremes of he's the best, now he's garbage, right? It doesn't work that way. But at the same time, these players got to chill with having beef with the media because the media is the reason that you can get all this money, right? The media tells your story. For instance, we see all the hard work Giannis put in. We see how hard he's worked to develop his body and to take his game to where it is. And don't get me wrong, he still is not a skilled guy. I would never say that, but he has come a long way in terms of what he was when he entered the league, right? So he's put a lot of hard work in. Respect due. That said, do we think that Giannis is as, I'm not going to say beloved, but he as well liked if the media doesn't tell his story and make people feel that? You know what I'm saying? Like his story of, being poor and struggling in Greece and his parents emigrating to Greece from Nigeria and all the tough things they went through, and then him coming over here and then him, fighting and getting the Bucks organization to work with the State Department to expedite visas so his brothers and his parents could get here. Meanwhile, he's putting in all this work, and the story of how, during his early years in the league, he would keep all his per diem and he had an envelope in his room with all the cash because, he was sending all his money home, and the stories about how he sent all his money home to his family and literally at one point had to run to the stadium and got picked up on the way by a fan who
Mm-hmm.
drove. So like the media is part of the reason that you're getting all of this love, right? Now, can they also be part of the reason that you get, I'm not going to say hatred because I don't like that term, but vitriol? Absolutely. But you can't have it both ways. Like, this is the problem I have with so many athletes and so many people in general. They think things are supposed to go only one way, and that's not how it works. So go ahead, man. I'm sorry. I've been talking. Give me your thoughts.
No. I mean, I like where you were going with it. You got to be able to take the love and criticism, right? And if your team is doing bad, expect criticism. It's going to come. It's natural. It's been happening for decades and decades. If you're the best player, who we consider one of the best players in the league, and your team is doing poorly, you're going to get a lot of criticism, right? And I think Giannis is just, he's not accustomed to that right now. All he knows is that, hey, I'm one of the best players in the league. I'm an MVP, defensive player of the year. I have all these accolades, but now that his team's doing bad, he's never been on that bad side of like, hey man, we had a 3-8 start, right? Like we wasn't even in the playoff picture. But yet, you know, y'all coming after me all sideways and stuff like that. So I get it. I truly do get it. You get tired of hearing negative noise, but when we were giving you all the love, remember that too.
Right.
You know what I mean? All we're saying, we're just highlighting the fact that y'all are playing badly. And
especially, I'm sorry to interrupt, especially if you're the guy on the team, you're the main guy, the number one, you're gonna get that even more so. So like he can't expect that that's not gonna happen. It's frustrating to me. And real quick, let me just interrupt. Sydney Williams, if you're watching, I just got a Cash App to $10 holler to support the show. Really appreciate that. So thank you so much. I wanted to say again.
We got to rename that.
Okay, we'll rename it. But the
$10 holler. Like,
$10 holler. But the point is, Sydney, I definitely wanted to give you a shout out, tell you thank you so much. We appreciate your support.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead, Transformer.
No, I mean, like I said, I was just mostly agreeing with what you were saying. You got to be able to take the criticism, bro. I mean, welcome to LeBron's life.
Facts.
Welcome to LeBron's life. Like,
no, you're right.
You know, there you got one side that could, you know, they can hoop and holler about my accolades and stuff like that, but then you're gonna have the criticism side. You know, I haven't won a championship since 2020. I'm gonna catch hate, or I'm not hate, but I'm gonna catch slack or criticism every single playoff run. That's my life. When you heavy is the head that wears the crown, right?
Facts.
You want the crown, you got to be able to take both sides. Kobe went through it, Jordan went through it, Bird went through it, Magic went through it. Tragic Johnson. Do we not remember that? Isaiah Thomas went through it. So the greats do go through it. This isn't nothing new. They're not picking on you, Giannis. They're just doing their job. They're highlighting, hey, this is the best player, one of the best players in the league, and his team was 3-8. They're looking pretty bad. What's going on? They signed Damian Lillard, who is a superstar in his own right. What are they? What's going on?
At Giannis's behest now, and Giannis got a few coaches fired too. I get on LeBron about it all the time. Giannis, you did it too. I don't respect that. So
So like right now, it's like, okay, now what's the problem, right? Is it you? Are you not happy? Do you not want to be there? Right. So you got to be able to take it, bro. Pause. But, you know, him being a little bit more foreign to that, like I said, like you said, he was just used to all the love and like, okay, they're telling my story.
Yes.
Blah, 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 blah. But now it's like, oh, dang, I'm under the spotlight for our team playing bad. Why y'all blaming me? Right. Like he doesn't want to take ownership of that, which he has. Because, he even came out saying like, you know, we're playing bad and that's on me. Right. I need to be better. I got to play better. I got to get my teammates more involved. But that media is coming for you, brother. Yeah. That New York media is nothing to play with.
No,
they
New York, LA, Chicago, all the big cities, Philly. Is a fact.
Absolutely.
Real quick, Bruce says, who is the most mentally strong NBA player of all time? For me, it's got to be the great Mr. Russell.
Yeah, I would say Bill.
I think it has to be Mr.
Russell. Anybody in the 50s or the 60s. Facts. Black superstars in general. Black superstars, black athletes, Wilt Chamberlain. All those guys, those got to be the most mentally tough. If we're talking all time, if you want to change the question, Bruce, to more recently, maybe in the last 20 years, you get a different answer. But if all time, I'm going to hang my hat to Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, those guys who suffered during the racial era of media and hatred in the world, bro. Like it's sickening. You know, these guys, they got it easy compared to them. So
Laker Nation, this is not a topic. It was just a quick hit, but we felt like it deserved some attention. So, yes, being that it was a quick hit, we can go ahead and move on.
You don't run this show, man. You're a viewer. Stay in your place. Stay in your lane.
Bruce, no, I totally agree with you on the Mike being mentally strong. Mike, Isaiah, Magic, Bird, all those guys. Kobe, I'm totally with you on that. Definitely Kobe. But I think, man, with everything that the great Mr. Russell went through, people breaking in his house, I talk about all the time, defecating in his bed, smearing it on the walls, damaging all his trophies and all that. Meanwhile, this guy is winning championship, more than a decade's worth of championships for your city and your team.
Correct.
Nah, man, I don't think there's anyone mentally stronger than that than I've seen in basketball. So that's my thought.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Yeah, I agree with you, Nino. All right, cool. So next quick hit, and we'll make it quick. We promise.
I got you on this one.
All right.
Los Angeles Lakers coach J.J. Redick says he does not know when LeBron James will return after he missed a second consecutive game. James, the NBA's all-time leading scorer and a four-time NBA champion, not tooting my horn, I'm just reading what they said, sat out Sunday's night win over the Portland Trailblazers because of a sore foot and missed practice this week for what Redick has said were personal reasons. As we know, the Lakers went on to play the Minnesota Timberwolves and they lost 97-87, in which LeBron said they asked if will LeBron James be back with the team. JJ Redick said no.
Right.
So what is, besides what's going on in the rap media, I don't want to get canceled here, the rap media,
yes,
do you think it has anything to do with the rap media? Or do you think this is just him taking some silence away while Bron drops in 30-point games?
I would hope that it wouldn't have anything to do with the rap media and that situation.
Wink, wink, everybody. Rap media.
Yeah, I would hope it has nothing to do with that, because the mere fact that he decides to take some time off once his name has been implicated with the rap media, then to me, that brings people even more to it. Like, is he running from that? Is he trying to duck that smoke? I don't know. Yeah. And I'm not at all saying he is. Let me be clear. I'm not accusing the man of anything. I would not, because as we always point out, and this is only fair, the guy has had, the cleanest nose maybe in the history of the NBA, right? No static ever in 22 years. So
never.
I would never accuse the man of any type of degeneracy. I'm not doing that. Just because I'm not a fan of his on the court doesn't mean I'm going to, So anyway, I would hope that he's not trying to do that, because that would be bad. But I really don't know, because here's the thing. It's like first, all of a sudden you got a foot issue. I thought you were going to play 82 games this year. That wasn't that long ago he said that, right?
I'm glad we debunked that. So that's over, right? No more chasing Jordan. Okay.
Well,
cool.
Exactly. We knew what that was. But yeah, so now he's got the foot issue. But I really don't. I don't know. To me,
I can't put my hand on either.
Yeah. So and okay. So now it's personal reasons. Okay, personal reasons happen. So you just disappear and go vanish for a little while. It was interesting. Just like, remember, Bronny had vanished for a little while, and he came back, and now he just don't. But anyway, so I don't know, man. I don't. What's up with this? Just guys, just not even guys, like LeBron just disappearing for a while. Like here's my
it's
thing.
weird. It's really weird. But as you see, more names are coming up in the rap media, guys. Rap media. It's just kind of. I brought this to Bruce, guys. So Bruce didn't even bring that up. I actually the one that brought it up to Bruce, because I was like, this is not the perfect time to say you're taking time off for personal reasons. We can't say it's because of Bronny. Bronny just dropped the 30-piece and 16 points the last night. So it's like, okay, what's going on? More names are pop. Maybe he's getting the team ready. Like, yo, look, my name may come up somewhere in the rap media, guys. Rap media,
right?
And it could be bad.
Not.
So
I really hope
not either.
Because my thing with that, in all seriousness, and this is not just about him. Whoa. Okay. I just saw a crazy comment on one of my other LeBron videos that falls right in line with the rap media. So anyway,
man.
I just, wow, somebody commented this craziness like an hour ago. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I wouldn't wish this on anybody, because just the fact that your name gets implicated in it, even if you're 1,000% innocent, which I believe him to be,
it's negative.
Like, it's negative, and that stuff gets stuck to you, and you're smeared, right?
Yeah.
And then like the problem is if you, let's say, because we know he has probably infinite legal resources, right? Let's say he was to find out who the accuser was and go after them for the slander, then he looks like the bully. But they weren't thinking that when they were extorting him, I'm sure, trying to get some money. And because remember, Jay responded. Did you hear that freestyle Jay responded with?
No.
Yeah, like a day
He
or two
responded.
ago.
He threw a freestyle.
Yeah, he threw a freestyle. I'm gonna send it to you later. My boy sent it to me.
What?
Yeah. But basically, one of the things he said was like, "Yo, if you coming at me, bring it criminally, not civilly, right?
Yeah.
Because we know when it's a civil charge, they're just trying to get bread. So if you really
Correct.
think I did something, bring the criminal charges, right? Indict
Yep.
me and bring the charges.
Precisely.
So
Correct.
To say that means you are very confident in the fact that you didn't do anything, and you probably could beat the case. So anyway, I'm saying it to say it really sucks that when guys get involved, not involved, but guys' name gets involved in these things, because even when they're clean, you're never clean again. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's in people's minds, and I think that's
no, absolutely. It goes along with I'll make this reference, and we're going to move on real quick, guys. But I'll make this reference when athletes or just men in general get hit with a rape charge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes out later that the assailant lied about it, right?
It doesn't matter.
So now it doesn't matter. Now this guy is going to always walk around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, he might be a rapist. He was in that rape thing. He might have paid somebody. He might have paid somebody to hush up or something like that. So he's never going to be innocent in the eye of the public anymore, right? He may be acquitted in the court of law, but in the eye of the public, you're always going to have that stank look on you, man. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for the players that are involved, but it's just you hope LeBron's not part of it, man. Especially like I said, his track record goes far beyond.
Man.
What he can.
We could talk all we want about the basketball, but man,
that's.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I apologize.
No. I said the wrong word. Yeah, Edward's commenting on it. Thank you, Edward. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I mean, we could say all we want about the basketball. Oh, I don't think he's a GOAT. I don't think he's top 5. Whatever. We go back and forth all day on that. But this here, nah, man, I don't want no parts of this. And I truly, truly hope and I believe that he's, But anyway, move on.
Let it be Savannah's pregnant or something. Like, let it be something like that.
Easy, Steve. Easy. But yeah, I feel you. Okay. All right. So those are our quick hits. We wanted to touch on those topics. And you see what Laker Nation said?
What did he say?
It's on the screen.
No, he is senior citizen. He is starting to decline. Got to go re-up the body with the. Oh, that's not it, man.
Well,
you never had to take a break to do it.
I'll just say when he was in Miami, when he first went back to Cleveland from Miami, and he was all like scarecrow skinny after the paleo diet he was on all summer, and then he took a couple weeks off. He needed a couple weeks off. He went back to Miami, and then he came back looking superhuman and diesel, and went off, and they went to the finals the rest of the way. Just saying, it's just interesting.
Interesting. No facts, but we can speculate.
None. I ain't even speculate. I just said it's interesting. That's all I said. All right.
All right.
All right. You want to lead off the first topic?
All right. So we're going to move on over to the first topic. As we know, Devondre Campbell, the linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers, former linebacker of the Green Bay Packers. Yo.
That's right.
All right. Decided to not return or input himself into the football or be called to the NFL field after he was benched for Greenlaw. Greenlaw returned from the 49ers. As you know, he injured his Achilles in the Super Bowl last season. So Devondre Campbell had to come off of the bench. And when called upon to go into the third quarter, he said no. And his reasonings were, I don't want to. And so Devondre Campbell decided to take his helmet and walk off the field and leave the field, in which he has now been, I don't think he's been suspended yet, but the 49ers do plan on cutting him or suspending him for the remainder of the season. So in the eyes of Kyle Shanahan said he's no longer ever going to play another down for the San Francisco 49ers. So what is your take on Devondre Campbell's method of just literally walking off the field, very Antonio Brown-esque?
I'm disgusted by that, man. I'm not even going to lie to you. I thought he was a young dude, but then I'm like, this guy, he has been he's been in the league for a long time, and he's on a 1-year deal. And so you would think he'd be trying to hang in there, make sure he gets paid, and then hopefully parlay that into, another couple of years either there or somewhere else. So for you to behave in that fashion, I don't understand it, man. Football is not a game where you do those type of things, right? You would see that more in basketball, but football, what do we talk about? What do we call it all the time? The ultimate team game. That's not how you behave, right? And so if you do something like that in football, man, you deserve what you get. You really do. I was disgusted by it, man. Real talk.
No, man. I mean, at this point, it became a selfish thing, right? If you leave your brothers out there on the field, all because you're just upset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it wasn't about us. It was more about you. It's not about the team, right? To me, like we said, man, the NFL, sports in general, right? When you come up there, you come in as brothers. You come in as one. You come as one sound unit. You're not always going to get your number called upon. You're not always going to, be on the field. You're not going to always be on the court or whatever the sport may be. But you're there to still support your brothers, right?
That's right.
You may not be starting today, but like I said, you're going to play your heart out. Go into practice. I'm going to outperform Greenlaw. I'm going to work. I'm going to grind. You're 31. So, I mean, I get it. But you're on a 1-year deal for $5 million, bro. You can go back out there. And in that third quarter, you could have came and took somebody's freaking head off. Just start knocking heads off, right? And show Kyle Shanahan and the defensive coordinator, like, yo, hey, I'm like that. You know what I mean? You need to be starting me right next to Greenlaw, or let's develop a package to where I'm in the game more. But if not, you're also making the other teams look like, damn, Devondre Campbell came off the bench and he just got a sack, four tackles. Like he's really that guy. He still has some juice left. Let's sign him to a 2 or 3 year deal. So you pretty much just fumbled your own bag, you know what I mean, by being selfish. Right? Yeah. There's no other word for it. You were selfish, right? All because you got benched. It's okay. Like, you signed the contract knowing that Greenlaw was eventually going to return. So shouldn't you have known, like, hey, when Greenlaw gets back, he's our Pro Bowl linebacker. We're gonna put him back in there, right? So it stinks, man. It doesn't show, and you're 31, right? It doesn't show the younger guys in the locker room, you know what I mean, any type of mentor or showmanship, anything like that. You just basically left us out to dry. You know what I mean? So it's bad, man. It's a bad look all the way around.
Yeah, no, I think it's terrible. Let's go ahead and listen first to what a couple of his teammates had to say in response to his behavior.
On the sideline, I think that's ignorant, and I think it's just dumb. It's just stupid. One person making a selfish decision, and I've never been around anybody that's ever done that, and I hope I'm never around anybody that does that again.
For him to do that, that's some sucker stuff to me, in my opinion. Like, probably gonna get cut soon, so it is what it is with that.
Kept it 100, right? That's
kept it 100. No, the man, he sucker shit. He out of here. He cut.
Facts.
Right? Yeah, I've been here. It's my 9th season. Yeah, it's Steve. It's a complete lack of professionalism, sportsmanship, like everything, bro. Everything was wrong with that. Yeah, right. Like, you could at least waited to after the game, right? Go in there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things as a grown man you could have did, except that. Like, and then you walked off the field. So now you just made all the cameras point at you, and now Kyle Shanahan is on the sideline getting bombarded with these questions like, hey, what's going on with Bronny James? It's like,
yeah, he doesn't have an answer for that.
Like, well, I don't know. Is he hurt? No. As far as I know, he's not on an injury report. He didn't go in the tent, did you? Did he? He just walked off. Maybe he got to go take a shit. I don't know. Right. So, and then to find out that he just, defensive coordinator comes over and like, hey, man, he didn't want to go in the game. Kyle's like, what? So it's just, you put your whole team in a bad spot. Right now, they got to go answer questions on your behalf.
Yeah,
literally, they're looking around like, I don't know, right? So it's bad, bro. Hold on, like a nation. Debo Samuel's call y'all the game. I guess he wants to say cost y'all the game, not Campbell. Be real.
Okay.
That's not the conversation though, bro.
Right.
I don't care if we were getting blown out by 30. You stay out there with your brothers.
Right.
Stay out there with your brothers. You competing. Whether you're on the bench, whether you're on the sideline, bro, it's a third stringer that's out there just praying for his chance. Just needs a chance.
That's
right,
and that's it. There's so many people who wish, Think about you got guys that might have been, All-American in college, right?
Yeah.
He's a linebacker, for instance. Manti Te'o, right? My guy from Notre Dame, right? One of the best college linebackers ever. He played a few years in the NFL, but it never really panned out. But the point is,
San Diego.
I'm pretty sure he was looking at that. San Diego, New Orleans,
Yep.
like 3 spots. I'm sure he's looking at that like, damn, give me that opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
I'm sure he would love that, you know?
Absolutely, man.
So for somebody to behave in that fashion, man, it's like I said, it's disgusting. But let's hear what Stephen A had to say about this on First Take.
If it were me, he would have been cut before he left the locker room. He wouldn't have made it out of the locker room as a San Francisco 49er. And I'll be honest with you, his career is in grave jeopardy, and it should be. You don't want a teammate like that. Devondre Campbell should be ashamed of himself. There is no excuse for what he did. And there have been examples, and I'm going to defer to NFL players. I didn't play, but here's the deal. There's certain things you don't need to be an actual participant in to understand how egregious it is. And this is one of those situations. I would need further understanding if he did it before the game. I would need further understanding if, you had an argument with the coach and you went home or whatever, you said bump it. I get that part. That involves a lot more introspection. But I don't need much to understand that in the middle of a game that you dressed for, that you told the team you were available for, 2 of your teammates went down. The coaching staff comes to you to play. Your teammates are looking for you to play. And healthy and ready to go, you said, no, I don't want to play, and then got up and walked off the field into the locker room. You heard what George Kittle said. You heard what his other teammates said. I don't blame them one bit. That is as egregious as it gets as far as I'm concerned. Yes, we should not be defined by our worst moment. I get that part. But it's really, really hard to overcome you not even thinking about your teammates and saying, hey, I'm not going to be there for y'all. And in the middle of action, you walk off the field. I can't imagine anything worse than that.
So there you go. I think Stephen A. and I think all of us, for the most part, are pretty much in agreement with what Stephen A. had to say here. We don't always agree with Stephen A., but sometimes he's right on point, and I think he was here. I don't know how much there is to add on this. Like I said, I wonder, it just occurred to me, I wonder if maybe this is, and I think some people kind of use this as a catch-all or a get out of jail free, especially in 2024, but I wonder if there's some sort of mental health concern going on with this guy.
No, because he pulled the same crap in Green Bay.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
He didn't leave the field. He didn't. But when we switched to the 4-3 defense, he went on Twitter and blabbering his mouth. Oh, well, the reason why I'm not good in coverage because they want to switch up how we want to, call the blitzes and call the plays. So he blamed everybody but himself trying to get better. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So him doing that in San Fran is just like, I kind of saw a little bit of the writing on the wall, the way he was acting in Green Bay when he was getting torched in coverage. Torched, like that's your problem, bro. You literally couldn't keep up. Debo Samuel running across the screen, and here you go. You're getting torched by 5-6 yards, and all of a sudden we're getting beat in the middle. But honestly, man, I think he played his last down in NFL. What happened to the last person that walked off on the field like that?
Facts. Antonio Brown.
Brown never saw the fit. And Brown is at that juncture of his career is a much better player than Devondre Campbell in his point in his career. Antonio Brown was still a Pro Bowler. Like he still go out there and get to 1,000, right? On the receiving end. So right. I think he probably played his last. No teammate is going to want to look at that and be like, "What? Yeah. You on a 1-year deal for $5 million?"
Mm-hmm. And what front office is going to want him on that roster? Like,
absolutely, you can walk off on your team. Yeah, bro. Good riddance. You're 32 years old. These running backs, these wide receivers, they're getting faster and faster and faster. Yeah, bro. I think he just literally played his last down.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do this. Not too much more to say on that, but I would be interested to hear if anyone has any maybe opposing viewpoints or anything they'd like to add to the discussion. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines here, and that number is of course 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. you can give us a call and let us know if you, let us know your thoughts on this topic. We'll give it about a minute or two, then we'll go right along and move to the next one and talk some Mamba.
Move right along. Oh, yeah.
Cream rises to the top. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Aspiring to be in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream shall rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Yo, Macho Man was that dude. He was real deal, man. He was real deal.
Hey, man, when you want to talk about roided and drugged up,
wow.
That's him, dog.
Macho was wild. Macho was wild. All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's take it to the next topic. Excuse me. And we will go to let's not take it to the next topic.
Not take it to the next topic?
Now we got a call. Bruce, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, be easy on the brother, man. We all make choices and decisions that we shouldn't make in life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes. I truly believe, listen, he was wrong for what he did, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if he's in shape and he's productive,
mm-hmm.
I think he deserves another chance, barring a mental health evaluation.
That's the big one, I think.
Yeah, mental health, that'll be his only getaway, the reason why he plays another down.
Yeah, let's have some grace now. He's fucked up, he did it, but god damn, something going on within himself for him to do that.
Or maybe not. Like you would I was about to say you would hope so, and I'm not saying I hope that he has mental health issues.
Yeah,
I'm just
we get where you're going.
Right. I hope there's a better explanation for that behavior. That's what I wanted to say.
Like I said, over the last couple of seasons, he's been having that selfish type of mentality. You know.
Hey, man, to this. Are y'all God-fearing men?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, then. Let's have some grace. Let's see what's going on first. If he's healthy and he's still, in great shape and he's productive, I mean, why not? They give him another shot. But he most definitely hurt his chances of coming back again. But if somebody in need of a linebacker that's solid enough to play in the league, why not have some grace and give him another shot?
Because
it's crazy that he did that.
Well,
it's a little bit too hard.
I hear what
so my bad. We all do fucked up shit in life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we get forgiven for it. So I say let's forgive him. We forgive people everything else. Oh goddamn! Let up on the guy, man.
So Bruce, I understand what you're saying, and I'm not saying there's not validity. There is, and I totally get it. The only thing I'll say is, like we say, football is supposed to be the ultimate team game. So that's supposed to be like I would say when it comes to athletics, there's probably no tighter brotherhood than football. And I think that's more because of the nature of the physicality of the sport and how, you literally can get bodied out there. Right. And so the teammate and the brotherhood means even more. It's kind of like, a Transformer can attest to this, being in the military, right? When you train with people and you bleed and sweat with people, that creates the bondage even more. I could tell you, I haven't seen G in more than 10 years, right? But that's my brother, and he knows that. You know what I'm saying? We were together in basic training and advanced individual training roughly every day for about 7 months. And that accelerated because of what we went through together. That accelerated our connection as if we had known each other for years. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I compare that to football, and that's why I say, like, with the brotherhood, it's disturbing that he let his brothers down in that fashion. So it's not necessarily about me trying to judge the guy. I don't know him. I don't know what's going on with him, but it is disappointing to see that guys he's supposed to be tight with, he let them down like that. That's more my take. So maybe I should have been more moderate in my delivery.
Oh, I got you, man. But let's be real. The military and football is two different things.
They're also very similar. When I was in journalism school, the very first project I did a presentation on the similarities between warfare and American football. So it's actually a lot more similar than you would think in terms of
a lot of pieces.
Yeah, a lot of pieces.
A lot of moving pieces.
Moving and coming together to pull off complex maneuvers. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'll tell you one thing. If I'm in that foxhole and we firing and we got guns down range and you walk off, bro, you cut for life.
Ooh.
You left me out there to dry. He left me out there to die alone, right?
Yeah,
so,
can't do
I mean,
that.
granted, like you said, it's a completely different ball game. We're talking football versus military, but it's that same type of mentality. Them boys go out there, they ride or die together. Like, you know what I'm saying? We clanging and banging. I'm trying to take heads off. You trying to take heads off. This guy's trying to, the quarterback doing his thing, receiver doing his thing, running back doing his thing. Like, we're all in that locker room fighting, blood, sweat, and tears all day. And just for you to because you didn't get your way, walk off.
It doesn't work that way. Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, bro, we all have disagreements, but man, don't walk off on us. He could have stayed on the sideline, and this probably wouldn't be a story this big of a topic.
Absolutely.
But the fact that the cameras had to tune in on you about you walking away, and then now the cameras are pushed up in my face.
That's
like,
right.
Hey man, do you know what happened? Like, I don't know, but that was some sucker shit. Like, bro, just left us.
Yeah.
Left us out there to lose alone. Like, we lost, and we out here facing this L, but he ain't gonna put it on his record because he ain't play, right? So
what you call him did it too. What's the guy name who quit at halftime for the Buffalo Bills?
He retired.
Vontez something.
Vontez
something.
His brother was a great
the safety.
I cannot remember.
He retired.
I read it earlier, but yes, he decided he was done. He retired.
Vontae Davis. Vontae Davis.
There you go.
Is it Vontae Davis? I think it's Vontae Davis.
Andrew Luck.
You say what? No, Andrew Luck retired mid-game. He announced his retirement mid-game.
Same thing.
No.
He didn't walk. He wasn't even there.
And wait, yeah, Andrew Luck didn't quit mid-game. I think he quit during the offseason, right? He retired during the offseason.
No, I think his retirement came out mid-game.
Okay. Oh, yeah, right. It came out. His
retirement came out mid-game.
Yeah, because he wasn't going to do it at that point. And that was in the preseason, too. So at least it gave the team some time. But I get what you're saying, though.
All right, then I hit y'all boys back. Go Navy.
Yeah. I already gave Transformers his flowers for that one, for that butt cutting we had to take today.
What are you talking about? Waiting for the logo?
Yeah.
Like that? What are you talking about? Like that?
I know.
I think I hear what he's talking about too. Hey, I appreciate it, Sneak.
All right.
Yeah, appreciate that, Sneak. What's going on, brother? Salam. All right. Let's go ahead and let's take it to next topic. Thank you for the call, Bruce, as always. Where are we? Okay. So yeah, we're going to the Mamba. And so this was I wasn't really like planning on talking about yes, we know.
Oh, like Kobe. Hey, perfect timing, Kobe. Perfect timing. Yes.
You know what? I can't say not a word today.
I'm gloating all day.
And you have a right.
Sneed, you was right. This thing is loud now. Let me turn this thing down. But Media Network. That's what I'm talking about right now.
I know, right? But yeah, so where are we? So Kobe. So I got something came across my timeline about Kobe today, and it kind of made me go back and start thinking about him. And I've been thinking about him to some extent more recently for a couple of reasons. I think it's very interesting, and in one of the clips that we have to play later, you'll hear. And to me, one of the things I think is so interesting is that there's two, as everything else in life, right? There's two sides of this Kobe coin, right? On one side, people are paying him a lot of homage and a lot of flowers, even more so since he passed away than when he was alive. And I think I have no problem with that. But on the flip side, I see a lot of people also seemingly trying to take shots and damage the legacy, right? I have an idea as to why that is. I'm not gonna, but I have an idea. What's up, Transformer? What you got?
Anybody who ever wishes ill will upon the name Kobe Bean Bryant, step forth. Listen, that is one name you would never disrespect in the house of the Lord, the house of the Bastards, the house of the Transformer, the house of the Navy, the house of Laker Nation. One name you would never, ever, ever utter disrespect to. And that's Kobe Bean. We call him Bean short, right?
Well,
Bean
listen,
Jr.
You already know how.
Bruce, my apologies. I didn't mean to.
No. I was about to say you already know how I feel about the Mamba. As much as I hate to feel the way I do about him, you
absolutely.
I believe that he's easily one of the best to ever do it. And I mean,
tween spin.
Just gotcha. And so I just watch this guy, and I'm always wow. Okay, it froze up right there. Anyway,
Okay.
I just
we remember the spin off the pivot.
Yeah. I just watched this guy. Gotcha. Step through, and I'm always just amazed at the mastery, right? Because it's the little things, and you can tell when somebody does something like that. You can tell that's the 10,000 hour rule. How much time they spend on the fundamentals, because you can't do things like that if you have not mastered the fundamentals, right? And so we watch Kobe, and
so beautiful.
He's so amazing. And then it's funny because you hear a lot of the younger players talk about Kobe, and with reverence. And for instance, like G hates this, but Tatum talks about Kobe a lot. I don't think he should. He's not anything like him, but no, Tatum talks about Kobe, and Paul George talks about Kobe. There's a lot of the younger players who really talk about Kobe. I mean, even young kids, right? I told you a couple of years ago I was doing long-term substitute teaching, 8th grade English, and so I'm literally seeing the kids. They're getting ready to leave and go to their next class, and they crumpling up paper, throwing it in the trash can. Kobe! Right. And so, I mean, just that. It's funny because we always talk about the influence of Steph Curry with shooting all the threes and what's not.
Yeah,
I never heard anybody shoot and yell Steph. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, we don't do that. No such thing.
Right, and that's no disrespect to Steph, because we know how great he is. We know the influence he has had on the game. There you go. Right, and so we look at guys like the Mamba, and like you said, I think you said it on another recent episode. The Mamba mentality is not only basketball, but has spread to many other. It has gone to many other aspects of life, basically in anything that it is that you want to do and in which you want to have great success. Right, you try to adapt the Mamba mentality, and so it's really amazing. And so I wanted to bring him up and give him some flowers, but I also wanted to discuss this topic. But before I go ahead and start playing some clips, man, where are you on Kobe? And well, I know where you are on Kobe, but in terms of like how he's being addressed now and both sides of that coin that I talked about when I started this topic.
If you want to talk sports all day,
yes.
If you want to talk greatest of all time, whatever the case may be, Kobe Bryant is in that conversation forever. What he's done to the game, what he did for the game, what he did in the game, what he did post-game, what he did pre-game, what he did in the off-season, practice, everything. He addressed it with force. If anybody, we talk about LeBron chasing Jordan all the time. Kobe was the ultimate Jordan chaser. The ultimate replica, line for line, skill for skill, shot for shot. There's literally videos. You guys can YouTube it. It's literally a collage of when Kobe and Jordan are doing the same exact moves. And it's literally they're just swapping the jersey and swapping the players. Literally the exact same moves. His name shall always ring bells because of that, right? He fell a championship short. Nobody ever talks about it. We don't care. We don't care, right? His level of play put him on a pedestal that, we can't knock him for, he came up one championship shorter than Jordan. And if you do, you're stupid. You're dumb. You're dumb, right? You're not talking basketball. You're just trying to make a better argument for another person, right? The man is the ultimate basketball athlete, competitor. The ultimate, man. I mean, granted, I didn't grow up in the Jordan era. I grew up in the Kobe era. I started watching the NBA because of Kobe. I was 6 years old in 1996, and I saw him being drafted. And I looked at the screen, and his last name popped up, and I'm like, that's me. I like that guy. I'm calling that. That's me. I'm Bryant. And I was like, Kobe. I was like, okay, I'm Kobe Bryant. And ever since then, just watching him grow, watching him mature, watching him get to the level when he went from 8 to 24, that mentality just switched. It was like everything was about practice, hard work ethic, right? And he applied it to every ounce of the game until he retired. And then once he retired, he moved it on to his daughter. He passed it on to his daughter. The same mama mentality. He ran the
players,
the stadium, the mama mentality gym, right? To players and stuff like that, still on the sideline, type of play, like, hey, come on now, you need to work on that. Like, still being, that force, that mental force in NBA, man. But let me stop from talking before I
No,
end up
no,
tearing
no.
up.
Listen, no,
'Cause
man.
that man was everything to me, man. When you want to talk about an idol of life, I live with the Mamba mentality to this day, bro. To this day, everything got to be attacked with force, precise criticism, strike while the iron's hot, right? If I find something I want to do it, I'm going to get it, right? And if I don't get it, you know, goddamn well, I put every ounce of effort, every ounce of knowledge that I could into it, man. So, bro, if you got something negative to say about Kobe, I will let that thing go in one ear and come out the other, and then down the toilet.
And you know what's funny, Sneed, this is a great point you made. Kobe is a redemption story because we all know what he got caught up in. I'm not even gonna go into the details. We know what he got caught up in, but to see, and obviously it was a different time, right? If that happened now, he wouldn't have been able to play during the proceedings. But to see how he was able to compartmentalize, put that to the side, come to the games, give dudes 40, dominate and destroy everything in front of him. Meanwhile, everything that's going on the other side of his brain, he was able to get, lock that away for 3 or 4 hours, seek and destroy, right? What is it? What did John Connor say about the Terminator? He said he doesn't care, he doesn't have feelings, he has no remorse. He's just good. What did he say? He will never stop coming until you are dead. Like that's That's remember that part in the first one? Yeah, that was Terminator 1. Yeah, when he was trying to explain to Sarah what the Terminator is and how he works. You can't explain to him.
Coming to kill you.
Reason with him, no feelings, no remorse, and he will never stop until you are dead. And that's Kobe, man. And I don't even think it's a function of trying to lionize him after he's gone, because just in a little bit of B-roll that we played there, you can see the effort, the work that he put into it, because he wouldn't be as good as he is if he didn't. You know what I'm saying? And so, why are you asking me that, Bruce? Why are you asking me that?
There are some things you don't like about Kobe.
Honestly, honestly,
okay, that's a fair question.
You know what?
That's a fair question.
I got something I don't like about Kobe. I do. He wore purple and gold. That's what I don't like. Real talk. He wore purple and gold. So serious.
I like it. I'm with it. I'm with it. I got it. I got it. You ain't got to say nothing else, Bruce.
There you go. That's real talk for me, I'm not going to sit here and say he was some perfect dude, right? Because a lot of whatever.
That's funny.
Yeah, man.
Purple and gold. That was the wrong thing. Not his fault. He got traded, bro.
That's
traded.
So let's do this, man. Let's take a minute and let's talk let's listen to a clip from a recent, I think it's called the Hoop Collective podcast with Brian Windhorst. We know he's a big LeBron guy, and he was interviewing Norman Powell, right? And the reason I mentioned he's a big LeBron guy, listen closely to some of the things that he says, and you'll understand why I mentioned that. Check it out. We'll come back and discuss it.
Yeah, for sure. So I follow the Lakers all the time.
What was it about? You know what's strange about Kobe that was crazy? I don't know. You got to play against him, right?
Yeah. One time, other than that, I was sitting the bench, but his last game in Toronto was my rookie year.
Oh yeah, you didn't play much as a rookie. Sort of.
Yeah. I got thrown in there and it was bad, but I enjoyed it.
Okay, well, how was it bad?
Just because I was caught up watching Kobe, my favorite player, being on the court with him at the same time. And then I actually got a shot while he was guarding me. Well, wasn't really guarding me. He was in the paint. But I got a left corner three. And I just remember him turning, about to close out and being like, hell nah. And I'm about to make this. And I airballed it. I was like, dang.
Oh, Norm.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was just a great moment to be on the floor with him. But yeah, he definitely got in my head when he said, hell nah.
I mean, listen, like, I respect you can play against your idol. Like, that's amazing. Yeah, it was, what was so crazy about that year where Kobe announced he's retiring is that, I guess I can't understand this. Maybe you can help me understand it. So if you remember, Kobe announced his retiring, right about now, he came back from the Achilles. It was clear that, he just didn't really have it. And he's like, okay, I'm just going to retire. You remember, there was just this one day where he just announced, I'm done. And I went to the first road game that after he did that, it was actually in Washington. And so the game ends and all of the Wizards players, so you've been around long. This is your 10th year in the league. When you came into the league, when the game ended, the players from each team didn't meet each other at half court and hug each other.
No,
you know?
it was like if you knew people, like knew guys from college,
Right.
in passing, you'll say, what's up and talk for a little bit. But other than that, like it's like wave and you going right back to the locker room.
Right. Now it's a convention. Now then you guys would do that sort of usually in the loading dock or whatever.
Yeah.
So that just didn't happen back then. And so I'm at this game in Washington. It's his first road game since he announced. And all of a sudden, like there's this pilgrimage of guys who just like had to come up and like they were just drawn to Kobe. And I mean, in retrospect, that whole year was like that. And of course, now that he had this unfortunate death, Kobe has become like larger than life. But like, I totally get you. You grew up as a Kobe fan. You were a kid watching the Lakers win championships. Like, how old were you when like the Shaq and Kobe Lakers? You like probably like what, like 10 or 12?
10, 11, something like that.
Come on, man. They're winning like 3 championships in a row. Of course you're a Laker fan, right? But what I didn't understand was like all these guys that were like his contemporaries, guys he was playing with, who he treated like crap for years, cussed him out, whatever. And like they were lining up to like hug him. Like it was truly, and then it became normal. Like it was like every game after that. But like that was truly an amazing time when like the whole league was like, now it's time to appreciate Kobe.
Yeah, it was a respect thing, like we knew what he stood for, and like it was about the game. Like it wasn't like dissing a player, like personally, it was just his mentality and approach, and everybody like fed on that. Everybody found like their own motivation and reason to play off of his mentality and approach to the game. And like I think from what he stood for, like everybody felt that, and like just to appreciate all the times they had and then share it, or even like players that didn't get the chance to share the floor with them, just going up watching them play. We all like took bits and pieces from his game, our approach, and it was just a respect thing of like, thank you for what you've done and how you've helped motivate us.
Yeah. I mean, that's totally true for your generation, but like the one generation or 2 generations older where like he was truly, kicking their ass.
Yeah.
Like that's what was so amazing.
Okay, so I'm no Lakers fan, right? So I don't have a dog in the fight. And I see you shaking your head. So that means you picked up on what I was saying, right? Did you pick up on some of that? Seemed like he was kind of taking some shots there, right?
Just a little subtle. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought. I felt that way too. I didn't want it to seem, I wanted to know if it was just me. So, just listen, I don't have a dog in the fight, but it definitely appeared to me like Windhorst was taking some shots there. And if he was, we know why, right? We know what that's about. It's almost like, well, why is Kobe such a big deal now? Is it because he's dead? He talked to people like crap. Like, really? Which is funny because people who played against him, like Jalen Rose, says Kobe really didn't talk much. Like, he just out there destroying you. He didn't say much. Kind of like a little more physically demonstrative, but didn't really talk, like almost in that Tim Duncan mode. Like, he just going, and that'd be that, not really
his response would be this right here. Okay.
Yeah. All right. That's what you want. Okay.
all right.
Right.
We locked in. I'm about to clap you up.
Yeah.
Right.
So I thought that was super interesting. I'm like, why did he feel the need
to say
why did he feel the need to take those shots? What are your thoughts? Because you heard it too.
Like I said, man, I guess you want to be objective a little bit. Like, okay, but he wasn't always the biggest. He wasn't always the most beloved, right? Like, there's probably some player. You're not gonna find one player that's gonna come out and be like, man, I hated Kobe. I hated him doing that. They all give you the same response. That man wanted you to work harder than him.
Why can't you say I hated Kobe? Right to this day, for instance, I'll make an example. James Worthy, another one of your guys, all-time great. He says, I hated Larry. But I respect him. Why can't you say that about Kobe? You don't, right? Why can't you say that?
No, that's a good point. That's a very, very good point.
So,
I mean, it's weird because, I mean, that, watching Kobe and, I mean, you hear the stories on how, you even seen it. What was it? Not Saturday Night Live. It was a tonight, late night.
Is it Leno?
Leno, I think. No, I don't think it was Leno.
Leno, Kimmel?
Not Kimmel. No,
I don't know that.
Was it? It probably was Jimmy, and he played the B-roll of when the Lakers finally won a game. I think it was Nick Young, Sakure, I forget dude with the dreads. I forget his name. But they were celebrating that they finally got a win, and they were like, "Yeah, we back." Blah 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 blah. You see the video, and then it immediately cuts to Kobe, and Kobe's looking at the screen like,
yeah, this is not Right.
Like,
We
really?
celebrate when we get championships. This is not what we celebrate.
And he just looked and said, if I was on that freaking floor,
all
of them would have been gone.
Right.
He was like, all of them would have been gone. He was
I
like,
remember
that's not it. If you remember the famous quote, if anybody in the chat can finish this up, in 2009 NBA Finals, after Game 2, somebody asked him a specific question, and he responded with 3 words. Put in the chat if you know what those 3 words are. The 3 words, 2009, I'm pretty positive, 2009, we went up 2-0. Somebody asked him a question, and he responded with 3 words. What were those 3 words? That right there defined a lot about Kobe. He didn't care.
Okay.
Laker Nation, bingo.
I was going to say not done yet.
Job's not finished.
Okay. Yeah,
he was up 2-0.
Not done yet. Yeah.
We were blasting Orlando. I think they had Courtney Lee was trying to guard Kobe Bryant. Like, Courtney freaking Lee, right? Was guarding Kobe Bryant. And Kobe was, even though Kobe knew he had him, right? He was like, man, I know Kobe knew he can win that series. He felt he can win anything, right? But it was the mere fact that even with a straight face, like even with anger in his eyes, like you can tell, like, even though I'm up 2-0, that's cool. I mean, is the job's finished? Why should I be happy? Why am I celebrating? I'm not celebrating nothing. I still got 2 more wins. It's 4 out of the 7. Not 2 out of the 7, not 2. Then I'm automatically going to win the championship. I need all 4. Job's not finished, right? Ask me another question.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's Mamba mentality, bro. Like, man, boy, I can talk about this all day.
You know what's funny, real quick too? I feel almost bad for whoever he had to run up against in the finals in 2009 because they had to pay for what happened in 2008, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And then we paid for it in 2010, right? So, and it's especially like it wasn't a grinded out 7-game come up short. Like we smoked them in Game 6. I think beat them by 39 in Game 6 in 2008 to close that series out. And so as a result, you know, okay, now freaking the Magic gets it handed to him in 2009, and then we come back in 2010, and you know, he gets the better of us. So yeah, man, I feel bad for both of those teams because
he immediately went to practice. They was like, "What's the first thing you?" I'm like, "What's the first thing you did when after the finals was over?" I went to practice. I put up 10,000 shots. I didn't leave the gym to about 2 a.m. Came back about 4:30. And you know what?
That's how we got down.
So I got
Bruce,
down. I knew what I wanted to do.
This is MJ, Bruce, and that's no disrespect to Kobe, but yeah, this is MJ. I don't think that's a difficult choice for most people.
For him, me, I'm taking Kobe.
I can't.
I've seen Kobe. I witnessed Kobe, so it's different.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair, but
you know,
trust me, prime MJ was man, that 32-8-8 season, woo, that dude was absurd. Man. No, Laker Nation, there was nothing to be happy about. Job's not finished. Definitely not. No, I totally get it. And
that's what Kobe said. Kobe said that.
Oh, okay.
He was repeating what Kobe said. Like, what's there to be happy about? Job's not finished. And then the next report is the job finished? Are we finished? And he was like this the whole time.
Right.
Finished? So job's not finished. What am I smiling for?
Yeah.
I'm locked in. I'm ready to go to practice right now.
Right. I was definitely I thought it was interesting to kind of hear what Norman Powell had to say in terms of the influence, because he was a kid he's from LA, so he grew up watching Kobe, Shaq, Lakers, right? So obviously that influence is there. That's his favorite player, much like Paul George, etc., right? And so I get that, but in listening to that short little interview there, I'm like, why is Windhorst? Well, again, I knew what he was doing, but I was like, that's not cool what he's doing. I didn't say, you said that. I didn't say that.
But I know.
You said that. I'm just saying that wasn't cool, you know, the way he's, you know, taking those shots. And he's not the first person I've actually heard say that. I think I heard Cowherd say it too, someone else. And I'm like, why? And I always say 2 things can be true, but this one just seems a little fishy to me that, you know, people who clearly have been on a certain team for a long time are now pushing this narrative as if Kobe wasn't respected and revered, while he was alive, after he retired, and even while he was playing. So like, that's stupid. Let's hear some commentary. This is from The Jump. This is from a few years ago. The Jump on ESPN. Paul Pierce, Matt Barnes were there, and ESPN senior writer Zach Lowe. So let's hear what they have to say. They had some interesting things as well. So let's do that, and then we'll come back and address it.
Why is Kobe's influence on this current generation so profound?
So when I interview players, the thing that players are usually most excited to talk about first, if they don't know me, is some nuance or craft of the game, some piece of footwork that you see their eyes light up. That was Kobe. Kobe was an expert at every trick of the game, every trick of footwork. And so young players see that, they admire that, they know that's a guy, that guy put in the work, that guy was an expert craftsman, that guy's someone I'm trying to emulate. And the second thing you hear is, for better or worse, make or miss, that dude was fearless, absolutely fearless. And that's what fans loved about him. And that's what players, I think, not every player is fearless in a big moment. Not every player wants to take the last shot, right? You guys can speak to that more. And like, people admired and loved that about Kobe. They envied it, I think. Like, I wish I had that in me, that sort of fearlessness, that sort of ability to shake off a miss and go back next time with 2 seconds left and shoot it again.
Paul, what do you think about this generation and their connection to Kobe?
He's everything for this generation, because I come from, like I said, the Magic Jordan generation, and now you have Kobe. And the one thing that'll be always talked about is his work ethic. Kids now have a great understanding. If you want to make it, this is how you have to work. And Kobe led the charge on that. When you hear the stories about him playing in a game and then the game is over, they lost or won, everybody's getting showered and dressed, but Kobe went back out to the arena and got some shots up.
I was there when he did it in Miami.
He went back out there and got some shots up. That's unprecedented. You don't hear stories like this. And I remember I did that now. Like, I heard that Kobe did it.
Yeah.
I didn't play well, so I did. And I was like, you know what, I didn't feel good about this game, so I'm going back out there to get some shots up now. So he not only defined the generation of youth, he defined being a pro's pro, because we emulated him also.
I just think he's, I came up, Jordan was the man. I was a Magic Johnson fan, but Jordan was the man. He's this generation's Jordan, so all these younger players, as they touch to the footwork, the way he's opened up his arms and, at the Imam Academy, and it's not just for the stars. It's, he really wants everyone to get better. I've seen everyone from NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball players over there all trying to get better, all trying to get a piece of that Mamba mentality and that approach, so it just speaks to how much he motivated not only basketball, but the world in general.
So that was, I think that was something that we spoke about earlier in terms of his influence across multiple genres and disciplines and different people doing different things. Not just basketball players. So I think that's super impressive, as we mentioned. And you hear Zach Lowe, who is a writer, talking about the influence. You hear Paul Pierce, who is a contemporary and a rival, talking about the rival, right? Celtics, Lakers. We know all about
always.
That. Right. You hear about Matt Barnes, who to some degree was a rival and then a teammate.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Did they win a championship together? Him and Matt Barnes.
Matt Barnes. No. I think he came post the Celtic championship.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I think Matt Barnes. I think he won one in Golden State. But anyway, the point is, so to hear that, and you hear it, kind of across the spectrum from different people and kind of different walks of life, and at guys who came in the league at different points in their careers, et cetera. Just again, back to that influence, man, I think is just really, really incredible. And, it's just something that I wanted to talk about because oddly enough, even though Kobe gets a lot of love, I don't think he gets enough attention and enough flowers. And again, I know why that is to some extent, but I don't think it's enough. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my part here to give, and I'm not going to call him the greatest Laker. I'm going to say 1A. I'm going to do my part to give 1A Laker, his due, his flowers and his love, man, because he deserves that for, what he was able to do, and how basically, like Snead said earlier, by giving himself, his body, his everything to the game, what he was able to become and how many people he was able to inspire. I think it's truly incredible.
You can't speak enough on the influence. I think, we're going to get a lot more Kobe talk in the next couple of weeks. I believe is it CNN? No, CBS. They're doing a 3-part documentary on him, so we're going to get a lot more love over the next couple of weeks to a month. So yeah, I think it's a 3-part documentary that's going to be releasing here soon. I want to say, just to go over more about his reign, right? His work ethic, his legend, right? He's forever a legend. He's got freaking courts painted with his face on it all over the world, right? Very very loved overseas. As you know, he was very very fluent in French, Italian, German,
Serbian too.
Serbian, yeah, because he spoke to Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic tells that story. He heard somebody talking his language. He turned around.
Who's speaking my language?
Like, what?
Yeah,
he speaks Serbian. He's like, but Kobe, everything, man. Even with fluent languages, other languages that are not his. Granted, he grew up overseas as well, but it's like
that plays a big role. Absolutely,
that plays a big role. But he was like his work ethic went to that, right? Like he would answer questions from foreign reporters in their language. He's not responding to you in English. He don't need a translator or nothing like that. He's responding to you in that language. So his work
and Powell calling out plays and coverages to each other in Spanish, like
exactly, man. So
yeah.
Another thing is his fearlessness. Man. I always the one shot I love of Kobe is when he's facing Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Rajon Rondo. After him and Rondo got into it, Paul Pierce walks up, backing up their teammate, and Kobe just stared there and looked at him like, okay,
what you gonna do?
What all y'all gonna do? KG said he walked up. He was like, I knew what time Kobe was on.
right.
Just came over there to be like, hey, man. Oh, man, Kobe, chill. You know what I mean? But because Kobe was like, I'm going to bust his ass. I'm going to bust your ass. And I'm going to bust your ass too. Right. So that fearlessness, like, I don't care. Nobody don't have to come up behind me. I'll stand here 10 toes down and I'm going to face all three of y'all, And so that fearlessness, man, that's something that this game is just doesn't have anymore. Lacking. You know what I mean? Like fearlessness, fearlessness, man, that tough competitive edge, that just mindset of like the job's not finished until you're hosting up that trophy.
Yeah.
And once that day is over, it starts over. Right? It starts right back over. I'm back in the gym. I'm back in the lab working on my craft, working whatever I felt like last year. Oh man, I couldn't. I could have pivoted better. I need to do another pump fake. I need to do a spin right here. Like, okay, I see he's checking with the right, so I'm gonna attack the left. His left foot is just 2 inches in front of the right foot. So if I go after his right foot and he takes that step back, I'm gonna cut back the other way. That's the way his mind works.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, boy, man, it's like we could talk all day.
Master of minutia. Absolutely. No, you're 100% right, man. It's just. It's so awesome. By the way, quick note when it comes to the Lakers. I'm sure Laker Nation knows this. I don't know if you know this.
What's that?
KG, when he was kind of going to be on the block because he had the no trade clause, so he had to approve it. He wanted to go play with Kobe first.
Yeah.
He called and Kobe was away in China. Kobe missed the call and didn't get back to him. Thank you, God. He all might have had about 3 more.
Oh boy, KG. Now, granted, we probably wouldn't have got Paul Gasol at that point. But boy, KG, you got a maniac in KG.
A maniac,
and you got the most fierce competitor, a psycho killer, and Kobe.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
Yeah.
First of all, it wouldn't have been nobody in the West. The East to compete. Because I think if KG's not in Boston, then
here we go.
Who does Boston have, right? Danny Ainge blocked that trade.
I've never heard that. Go ahead. Put it in here, Laker Nation. Let me hear that.
He couldn't block the trade. He was how would he be able to block?
Right. I'm not saying you're lying, Laker Nation, but Laker Nation. No, I think he's probably saying that because Danny Ainge and Kevin McHale were so tight. Remember, Kevin McHale was the GM in Minnesota at the time. Danny Ainge and McHale won championships together in Boston, so they were boys. So I'm sure he told him, like, if he heard about it, he may have told him, don't do it. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Great point. Right.
So it could be that.
Yeah.
So he's like, yo, don't send him to LA. Send him over here with us.
Yeah.
And then of course,
or it could be the other guy who's May he rest in peace. In a way, that boy David Stern.
Oh, okay. I got you.
David Stern.
I got you.
He got tired of seeing Kobe succeed. Like, no, stop that. No, he's not going there. We're not trading him. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Chris Paul. Which Paul?
Bubba,
Not Chris Paul. You can get Jake Paul over there.
Bubba, what does LeBron say about Kobe in this interview you're watching? Because like
at the house watching LeBron.
He's not disrespectful when he talks about Kobe, but I don't think he pays the homage that he should.
He has before in a lot of interviews that I've seen about LeBron.
I'm
in referencing Kobe.
It doesn't seem that way to me. But
really?
That could just be me. That could just be me. That's what I'm saying. You may well be right. What do you call it?
Even when LeBron was in Cleveland, his first stint in Cleveland, oh boy, he gave that boy. He was like, I'm Kobe lover. I idolize Kobe. Kobe was
the best player in the league. I remember hearing that. Yeah, you're right. But okay, so let's go. Oh, Bruce asked a question. Where were y'all when the news dropped about his untimely death? You wouldn't believe it, Bruce. I was sitting at this desk, and I believe I was still in school at the time. I was finishing up my degree, and I was working on something, and it kind of came across, and I didn't believe it. I didn't think it was real. So, journalism school. So I immediately looked it up, and I wanted to check the sources, and then I wanted to double source it. And when I found out it was legit, I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I was sitting right at this desk when I found out that this news dropped.
I was in Tampa, Florida. Oh man, don't get me to tearing up on this joint. I was in Tampa, Florida, in the backyard of my wife's mom's house. We were out there having a good time. We just had a couple of barbecue the day before. I believe this was a Sunday because we had to drive back to Jacksonville that day. So I was in the backyard and I had my watch on, but my phone was in the house. So I noticed that my watch just kept going off. It was like bling, 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 bling. I'm like,
just buzzing.
Trying to spend time with my family. Then I started getting phone call after phone call after phone call. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, is something going on? So I finally go in the house and I grab my phone and I'm seeing everybody calling, checking on me. Like, man, B, man, we here for you. Let us know we need to talk. And I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? It was like, man, we're sorry to hear that. We know that hurts. And I'm like, all right, somebody tell me what's going on. And then somebody finally, I believe my brother Sean, I believe he's watching here. And he be up and, man, I'm sorry to hear that about Kobe. And I'm like, Kobe? Hear what? He been retired? Bro, what you talking about? It's like, it's over. Right. And so I finally opened my phone and then, social media and stuff like that. I was like, oh man, RIP Kobe. And I'm like, no way. Nah, not Kobe. He must be talking about Kobe beef or something like that.
Kobe beef. That's good. I like that.
Cow named Kobe. You know what I mean? So, and I finally go on my phone and just like Bruce, man, I had to fact check it, right?
Exactly.
I had to fact check it. And so I'm looking at all news media outlets. And then I look on TMZ and TMZ goes confirm Kobe died in a helicopter accident. I broke down. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. I just broke and I fell. And my wife was there. And she'll tell you, she was like, B, I was talking to you the whole time. And it was like you heard nothing I said. And I just flat out just cried my freaking eyes away. I was crying for about 5 hours straight, right? Because like I told y'all, man, Kobe meant everything to me. And when I found that out,
you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's understandable.
It was like losing your hero in real life. Like, Spider-Man and Superman was to be a real person and he dies. You're like, man, that was our hero, right? We lost our hero. To me, he was our hero. He was my Avenger. He was my Superman. And bro, I had to drive 3 hours back to Jacksonville that same day. And I was crying the entire drive here. Came in my closet and I grabbed my Kobe jersey, number 8, that I actually bled on due to an incident me and my partner had back in the day that I bled on, and I grabbed it and I cried for the rest of the night, bro. Like it hurt that bad. A grown man just sitting in the closet, holding jerseys, balling out, man. But bro, it sucks to this day. It sucks to this day, man. I couldn't for the whole a year or two straight. Every time somebody mentioned Kobe, I teared up. When he had to play the game and Bron came out with the speech and that man took the letter and he threw it. And he just was like, I'm just gonna speak from my mind here. I bumped the right, and I'm like, bro, speak it. The whole 24, everybody walked out the 24-second shot clock. The NFL got involved. You know what I mean? They kneeled down at the 24-yard line and stuff like that. But it was just like, it was emotion after emotion when 2K came out and they played that whole freaking intro and it was all Kobe. Cried again. Like, I just couldn't stop it, bro. But yeah, man, I feel you, bro. I'm still crying. I want to tear up so bad, but I'm trying to hold it down for Laker Nation in the chat.
No doubt.
Laker Nation, man. So, but yeah, man.
Quick question. Who was this? What was his name?
Kobe 824.
Henny Hardaway. Kobe wasn't really likable, to be honest. Just curious to know if you would expound a little bit. Henny Hardaway.
Boot him.
No, I mean, I'm curious to know, like, hey, this is a space where everybody can talk. You know, if he feels like
sitting in the closet is crazy enough for you.
Kobe,
yeah.
If he feels like Kobe wasn't likable, that's fine. I'm just kind of curious to know, like,
breaking down over a stranger dying is wild. I'm gonna repeat your stuff, Henny Hardaway, because you can say what you want, but you damn so ain't gonna say it in my face about it. That's on game. That's on everything.
Not even that serious.
You can get out of here with that. I ain't gonna tolerate that disrespect on the channel.
Nah, man. It's all good, man. You know, people see what they
Henny Hardaway, pull up, boot him. Hey, you heard me, Nino, boot him. Right, you know what I mean? Make all your jokes elsewhere.
The NBA. That is crazy. He didn't. That is crazy. Like that obviously helped to spread his popularity to a global level, but he didn't need it. Now, Henny Hardaway. Let's based off what his teammates have said. So this is the thing, right? I think it was less he wasn't likable, and more so, think about it. When he arrived in the NBA, this dude was 17 years old. He couldn't go out and chill and party with his teammates, right?
Couldn't sign his own contract.
Right. And he's the type of dude that wants to sit back and read a book and learn something, or be in the gym working to become the absolute best possible basketball player that he can be, right? So I don't know why maybe some of said teammates didn't understand that, like, oh, he's not likable. No, he just simply literally legally can't be hanging out with y'all, right? And realistically, how many grown men gonna be wanting to hang out with a 17-year-old anyway? You know what I'm saying? So Kobe's
hopefully none.
Right. So Kobe's like, I'm in a different place in my life. I'm gonna focus on what I need to focus on to become the best version of me that I can be, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's reading books or whether it's being in the gym 24/7 trying to become the best player. And clearly we saw that his disposition was different, right? From being a rookie shooting them air balls in the playoffs when he could have gave the rock to Shaq, right? So I mean, it's just it's a different thing. But regardless, I don't know. I obviously didn't know the man, but from what I have seen from the outside, I wouldn't at all say that he's not likable. I say that for me personally, just again from the outside, there are other players who are less likable to me than he was. So but I get it though, and you're certainly entitled to your opinion, Henny Hardaway. So that's all good. So let's do this, Transformer.
He definitely was an a-hole.
Topic. He was a what?
He said he was an a-hole. Everybody says that.
Well, I mean,
asshole.
But that's part of.
But that's what he was, right? Like his mentality. Like he wanted you to work as hard, or if not harder than him. Right. I get that in the military. You get guys that are like, go ahead, brother. My bad. Go ahead.
No, you good. He was saying, I'm setting the example. Just follow me. That's all I ask is that you follow me. I'm not out here telling you to do something and I'm sitting in a chair chilling, eating hot dogs and hamburgers or, whatever it may be, right? He's saying, yo, I'm leading the way. I'm out here with you. I'm in the front, right? Army infantry, they say, follow me, right? Rangers lead the way, all that good stuff, right?
Yeah.
So the point is the leadership structure, and this being in the military, the leadership structure is I can't demand anything of you that I'm not willing to do.
Precisely.
And so that was Kobe. So I don't understand the whole a-hole thing, because it's not like he's sitting there chilling while he's telling you to do something. Nah, he's setting the example. What's the problem? So that's
no. I agree with you, man. I mean, like I said, you just had to outwork him, right? He didn't want to see you showboat, like slacking off in practice. There was no point. I remember what was it, the Olympics, and Melo wanted they wanted Kobe to go out, and Kobe said, I'll go out with you, but you're gonna have to wake up with me to go to practice.
That's right. That's right. I remember
Right?
that. Yep.
And it said Kobe woke up at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
to go to practice the
He's in the
same
gym.
night, the same
Right.
morning that they
Right.
all went out. Melo said, "Hell no, I ain't getting up with that, man." He's like, man,
Right,
Kobe
right,
tripping.
right.
It's like Kobe tripping. We
That's
just
a
got
fact.
to the hotel at 2. This
That's
man,
a fact.
he's on the court in full sweats, like sweating out at 3:30 in the morning.
Already done a workout when they come down there.
When they come down there,
thinking they gonna be early. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get here early. Yeah.
This man
My
already,
man already drenched. Workout,
switching
first
out
workout
shirts.
complete. Yeah, so it's just different, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna open up the phone lines here.
Yeah.
I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on Kobe, on his influence on the game of basketball, his influence on the NBA. I would also like to hear if I'm crazy or you thought Brian Windhorst was throwing some slick shots at the Mamba, because I'm very curious about that. Transformer says he heard it. I feel like I heard it as well, but we could be paranoid or crazy. Sid Bubba, what's good, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm doing real good.
I know you are, man.
Won the 13 beating down from the Navy.
That's right.
Live my boy Transformer.
That's
Shit,
right.
We got.
I can't say nothing, man.
but I had to drop that pen before I go in, Bruce.
What's that?
I had to drop that pen before I go in.
Oh, you had to. That's right. I would have done the same. Oh man.
As you guys know, I am the ultimate LeBron James supporter.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
You are not. Sid Bubba, I love you, bro. You ain't. No. Hey, no, Bruce, hold on.
But I'm
Sid Bubba.
But I'm
do you love him?
I'm objective, though.
Do you love him?
Yes. Oh, yes. I love you too, $52. But as we play today, that means we go hold hands and take warm showers together.
Oh, man. Oh, you're crazy, man. Oh, my
in all
goodness.
seriousness, being the ultimate LeBron fan, my honor and respect for Kobe Bryant.
Oh, man.
If it wasn't for Kobe, LeBron James would not have 4 titles. And I'm going to give everybody the history and the rundown.
Yeah, I want to hear that. Whoa, hold on.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay,
I'm looking it up.
Right, my bad. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. So just think about it. When LeBron was a teenager at Adidas ABCD camp, Kobe Bryant told him, in order to be successful, you got to do 2 things. You got to work hard and you got to take care of your body. Right or wrong?
Right.
And that's what he did. So, and then we got to go down the line 2008 in the Olympics. He had to learn how to follow Kobe.
Yeah.
Before he got to MJ, LeBron said Kobe is the best player in the league because I got to have what he got in order to win. Then 2010, 11 happened. They lost. You know who was support after everybody trashed LeBron? And I was keeping names, checking them off. The one guy who supported him was Kobe Bean Bryant. And read the excerpt of the Mamba mentality. He said, I told LeBron this, in order to be successful to win titles, you got to play every game like it's the final. Every game is the game 7. And he took that after he lost from Dallas and went on. And that's how he jumped up. And also, remember this too. When he left Cleveland, what did he say? I'm going to take my talents to South Beach. Where did he get that from?
Man, Bruce said that the other day.
Kobe, I'm going to take my talents I will forego college and take my talents to the NBA. Yep.
But I'm just saying, in order to be great, if you're going to be that Michael Jordan or that Kobe Bryant, you got to learn that from somewhere. So that's learn.
is great. And I'm gonna tell you what, I'm a LeBron. I took them all on. Dreamers Pro, the other angry guy who said we gotta learn this education and stuff. I had to twerk him up with facts. But with that being said, if it was not for Kobe's influence, then LeBron would not have been as great as he was. And then going back in the 2012 All-Star game, Kobe said, "Man, shoot the ball, bro. Shoot it. Shoot it."
Yep.
So without Kobe's influence, yeah, I don't think LeBron would be the player he was, because Kobe had Mike as big bro. He imparted his wisdom to LeBron. He didn't have to do that, but he was gracious enough to do that, to pass on the mantle for the next generation of players. So that's why that man is so special.
Right.
I love it. I love to hear it. As much as you love him, I love him.
Nah, Sid Bubba, real talk, and Transformer could tell you this. As much as it hurts me, I got a lot of love for Kobe. I feel about him,
and it hurts him, Sid.
About Magic,
It hurts him. It hurts him to his core.
It does. It hurts him.
Every time he got a
but
strand of hair that doesn't exist.
But his boy, Bill Russell, the ultimate Celtic fan, loves Kobe Bryant as well.
That's right. That is a
But
fact.
It's real. You know what? It speaks volume about Kobe is when, of course, during the 08, 09, and 10 run, Celtic fans hated everything about Kobe. He shoots the ball too much. He's a ball hog. Blah, 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 blah. The moment Kobe retired, it's like the Celtic fans popped the salute and was like, thank God he is out of here.
But look, we were saying the same thing about Magic too, though. We hated Magic, but we know how great the guy was.
Out of here.
Yes.
Get him out of here. Is he retired yet? That folks say he retired. But Kobe, bro, man, listen. Thank God you're out of here, because we could not stand playing against you.
Right.
But I really, and then there's another thing. I don't think it was no beef with really Kobe and LeBron like that.
No, I think that was
I don't think it ever was. It wasn't even close.
I don't think it ever was. But
because Kobe wasn't threatened by LeBron. That's why.
Absolutely.
Right.
Threatened by
Why
nobody.
would you go out your way to help somebody? To help a younger guy.
That's true.
Come up.
That is true. No, you're right. You got anything else, said Bubba?
Oh, that's about it.
All right.
I said, I'm a secret agent of Clutch. But they got to send them checks.
No,
they got to send them checks.
That check coming soon.
Man, they not gonna send you any checks because you being too objective and too kind to the opposition, man. You're not gonna get your money. They might have to let you go.
He's like, all right, man, you got one more Kobe line before we cut you. One more Kobe line. One more. And you're done.
More. That's
you're
it.
Done.
That's enough. We warned you. You've been counseled.
All right, fellas. I salute y'all, brothers. I love you.
Yes, sir. Hey, man.
Navy said,
Bubba, I appreciate you, man.
All right.
Damn, Transform. I
my
hate you.
shipmate right there. You know what I'm saying?
Say anything, man.
You know what I'm saying? Put it down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
31 to 13.
Yeah, that was that old butt cutting. Put
foots in them.
How you gonna put foots in us like that?
Made them go out there and grab your own switch. Go out there and pick a switch. Go out there and pick a switch. You better not pick a small one, or I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna pick a couple more, and I'm gonna tie them together, and I'm gonna wear that behind that.
Y'all sure did though.
You had that auntie.
Y'all sure did.
You had that grandma.
That was rough, man. That was rough. But it's all good though, man. It's all good. I got to give respect for a great game. All right, so we'll give about another 90 seconds here. See if we got any more calls regarding Kobe, and then we'll move on to the next topic.
We appreciate you, Kobe 824.
I was about to say thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, man. We
subscribe, man, share, bro. We give, man. You want to talk about one person on this earth that will give Kobe his flowers, his love? Oh, that's me for sure.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? 825, 8 days a week, 25 hours a day. I'm gonna find an extra day and an extra hour to talk some beans. You know what I'm saying? All day, every day.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, let's do this, man. Let's go ahead and wait. We got a call from Laker Nation. Laker Nation, what's good, fam?
I had to call and bother you because
Nah,
you know
man,
you're a
never that.
diehard Celtics fan.
Of course. What you got?
No, I'm just gonna. I was gonna say with that one hurt thing, it was some sort of shot, but I don't like people like him, Gil, and all them. I'm trying to tune it. I let it go in one ear and out the other because you can't. You're not, especially like Gil. Talking about he's a Kobe guy. You can't be a Kobe guy and taking shots at him every chance you get to boost up somebody else who don't give a damn about you.
Especially the last one.
It's because they're playing for the same franchise now. So,
yeah, I think it's kind of weird. Definitely.
And it's kind of like it's like they started this retarded beef that never really happened. Like media orchestrated fake beef between LeBron and Kobe, like he doesn't like him and stuff like that. When it's the media started that, and then LeBron fans just kind of took it as gospel and ran with it.
I mean, it's all good though, man. We got what we got, but I mean, I'm glad that that came across my timeline today for whatever reason it was, and so I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to do a segment talking about this guy and giving him his flowers because we don't do that enough. You know what I'm saying, in terms of just his greatness. And I mean, like we can look at all the stats and all that, but realistically, man, just watch that dude play. It's so amazing to me, and you'll hear this later in the NFL MVP segment, how stats have just so taken over the sports conversation. Like, of course, stats are important, but I've never seen them be more important across all of sports than they are today, and it's so weird to me.
Yeah.
It's like what Eddie Murphy say, who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes? You know what I'm saying? Like what you see is totally irrelevant as long as the numbers are there. So it's like, it's not really. I mean, of course, the numbers, the stats are important, no question, but
ignore it.
I'm sorry, I got distracted for a second. No, it's no, I was saying stats are, of course, are important, but they're only a part of the whole, right? We can't just blindly throw stats out there. Oh, here's the stats. The stats say this and that, you know? And it's like, not quite. You know what I'm saying? But some
Bruce went old school.
Come on, man.
But
you know, what you want me to say, Edward Jackson? I thought it was appropriate.
It's Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, people are only going to hate on the great, and Kobe is one of the greats. I'm not going to say the greatest ever, but he's one of the greats.
Yes, I agree.
In the top tier.
Yeah.
So whatever slander you have or bias you have, it's your opinion. That's something you got to deal with. You go to sleep at night with that on your mind. That means Kobe's on your mind. So that's
correct
on you, and that's a personal issue with you. He did it. He did his thing. He kept the Lakers organization at the top. You know, he got a tie with Celtics when he went out in total rings.
He did. That's right.
He would have been one up if it wasn't for that incident in the first round when he slid in.
Man, woulda, coulda, shoulda, man. Don't worry about all that.
I was there.
Okay.
And y'all, and I was just as pissed off as he was when in 08 on that fucking game 6.
Boy, that shit hurt.
When y'all had Turiaf under the basket crying at the end of that series, man, Turiaf was in there in tears.
So this is funny because when that happened, I was in Germany and I was living in the barracks and I had a roommate and well, it was like a little small suite, and it had another room on the side of the wall. And so I'm watching the game, and it's about 2:30 in the morning, and we're, the Celtics are getting ready to close it out. They're up big, and I'm just going insane. I'm screaming and yelling because, as a Celtics fan, we're not used to winning championships every 3 or 4 years like y'all are. You know what I'm saying? Right? So no. But listen, like y'all had won though. Y'all had won way more recently than us, right? We were going back to
a lot
86.
more recently. Yeah.
Facts. No doubt, right?
Yeah.
So we are going back to 86. Meanwhile, y'all have been doing y'all's thing. So when we finally, broke the streak, and to do it against y'all, like I'm screaming and I'll never forget. I'm screaming and yelling, banging on, banging on everything. And so I'm getting up, getting ready to go to PT the next morning, and my roommate comes out. He's like, "Hey, Hope, did you hear something? Was something going on outside last night? I thought I heard people screaming and yelling." I was like, "Yeah." I said, "My bad,
Is everybody okay?
Right. I said, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The Celtics just won the championship for the first time since 1986, man. I was so excited, man.
So, man, what's going on 30 years?
I'm trying to tell you.
Like, come on, man.
So I especially remember when that happened.
I'm going to say this because I know because I'm not a keyboard warrior. I like people to hear my voice when I got something to say about them. So we need to set up a show where me and Young Disciple debate each other, because I would love to shut him down with his. This guy loves LeBron so much that he gotta take shots that are ridiculous in his chat.
Nah, we're not doing that.
No, 04. Like Kobe didn't lose that series. It was Detroit just took that shit from us.
They raped us. I said the wrong word again.
Whoa, yeah, we know.
3-point line, man. Ben Wallace shut that down, and they were throwing 3 or 4 bodies at Cove, and they were making everybody else. They were making everybody else beat us. It wasn't no Kobe. It wasn't no choke job like the 2011 finals. And let's not do that, Young cycle.
No, it was it was brilliant defensive scheming by Larry Brown. It was great coaching.
And Tayshaun don't get to do that.
I was about to say,
as a home ball defender.
That's right.
Boy, giving Kobe trouble, man.
He shut down everybody in that playoff run.
So that whole team, real quick, as you bring it up, that whole Detroit Pistons team was elite defensively, right? That team, I believe, held 13 straight opponents in that season under 70 points. Like that, they're a part of the reason that the rules are why they are now. You know what I'm saying? But those Pistons were vicious defensively. But you got anything else for me, Laker Nation? We about to go ahead and skip to this Bronny topic.
Oh yeah, I'm on field day with that one. That's gonna make the show go 4 hours.
Actually, we're not. You'll be surprised.
But the key was in that series was Ben Wallace able to play Shaq 1-on-1. There was no double team, and he had no kick out. So that was one. And having Shaq catch the ball off the block out closer to the 3-point line, like they forced a triangle further out. Which kind of disrupted the offense, and the Lakers weren't being patient enough to, force the issue and set it up the way they wanted to. They were trying to rush things, and of course, the talk with Karl Malone and Kobe and the GP getting dogged out by Chauncey Billups and all that other stuff.
Man. Karl Malone was hurt. Yeah.
But of course, I'm talking about the incident with Karl Malone making those derogatory,
Oh yeah. I got
wife
you.
And all that.
Yeah, the wife conversation.
Oh, that's right, y'all.
Vanessa.
They were dealing with that. They were dealing with that too.
Mm-hmm.
So I only said that is because people like to bend the truth. They don't put everything out there. They just want to say, "Oh, Kobe was the reason why they lost in 04." That's why I said I want to debate him because I'll throw all the facts at him and tell him, "Okay, what is your response? Like, what is the reason why this happened?" Yeah. And if it's bullshit, if it is, what I know is going to happen, it's going to be emotional bullshit that's going to come back. I'm like, you lost, boy. Go sit down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, man. We're going to go ahead and move on, man. Thank you for the call. I appreciate you, Laker Nation, as always, man.
Look, Bruce, boot me off the call transformer.
Say again?
I said, boot me off the phone transformer. Look at him.
Oh, man. No, I got we got to move on to the next topic, bro.
All right, let's go. Go Irish.
Of course.
Hey, go Irish. Hey, look at it. So he ends it with love, bro. That's what I'm talking about. He ends it with some love for my man Bruce because he showed up needed because the Army got smacked today.
I had to give Bruce some love. Go Irish.
I appreciate that, Laker Nation.
Got the Irish.
Kyron and Siren.
We need something now because I need something because, man.
That butt cutting today was crucial.
And I got nothing to say about it.
All right, Joe.
All right, man.
All right, bro.
Thank you for the call, brother. Oh man, Laker Nation always with a good call. All right, let's get to it, man. So all right. Let's go next topic. So I don't know how long this is going to run. I don't intend for this to run too long, but let's do this, right? The first thing I want to say is this. When Bronny was playing terrible, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was out there saying he's freaking terrible. I called him a bum because at the time he was playing like a bum, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe the last 2 games in the G League, he's had 16 and then 30, right?
Correct.
So two very well, one solid game and one very good game, right?
Correct.
The 30-point game, 13 of 23, I think 3 of 9 from 3. So he might need to tone that down a little bit, but just a solid game. Not a solid game. This last game. Oh, Travis Hunter just won the Heisman. There you go. Okay.
Did he get it?
Yeah, he got it.
Good job, Travis.
On ESPN.
Rightfully
Travis
deserved.
Trophy. All right. Shout outs, Travis Hunter.
Let's call you.
2024 Heisman Trophy winner. My bad, bro. I pushed the slider up too high. but okay, back to the topic. So Bronny James right now is well, for the last 2 games, he's been playing some good ball, right? So I wanted to make sure that we did a topic, and I came on here and I gave the young man his flowers because when he was playing like crap, I ripped him for playing like crap. Now he's playing very well. I gotta come on here and say he's playing very well. So I mean, this is the first thing I want to show. I want to show this. Thank you, Transformer. And
I gave y'all a gem.
Right. I don't know if the dude in the red shirt is me, but check it out.
All right, Leroy. Who's the one and only master? I am. Oh, God damn. Let me go, motherfucker. Let me
So
go.
So for those of you old enough to remember The Last Dragon, which is a classic movie from the 80s.
Classic.
Definitely got to know, definitely got to, whoever put that together. And I just realized that was Ant Edwards as Shonuff. I just
didn't know that?
It was. Now, I don't know why it didn't hit me earlier. Because I seen the face, I'm trying to place it. And I'm like, I don't know who that is. That's Ant Edwards. So I thought that was super cool. Whoever put that together did a great job. Now, is it a little early for Bronny to be proclaiming I'm the master?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you know what, though? With all that he's been going through, and as terrible as he has played since he's been in the league, man, this has to feel so good to have back-to-back quality games and then, drop the 30-piece, right? That 30 ball has to feel really good. He's showing growth.
You're my brother, Sean.
That, right?
My brother's being a hole in the chat. Come on, some Transformer. What do you know about that? I was born in the 90s. We're brothers. What do you mean? We probably seen it twice together. What are you talking about, dog?
No, that's such a classic. But yeah, whoever put that together did a fantastic job with the edit on that. I loved it.
Yeah.
So
by the way, my wife hasn't seen it yet, so I'm trying to still get her to watch it. She's never seen The Last Dragon.
Wait, what?
You are the last dragon. You possess the power of the glow. Every time I say that, she don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
All right, hold on. Let me find it. I'm gonna ask my wife right now.
They're like, hey, whoa, you never seen? Man, my wife is 36?
Okay, she's seen it. She's
never seen it, bro.
Nah, she got to see it. You gotta sit her down and make sure she sees that. That's a classic.
Gotta see it,
my
bro.
wife saw it.
What was that? Who's that? Quincy Jones? Was it producer?
Yeah, yup.
Quincy Jones, man. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Quincy. I believe he passed away this year.
Yes, he did pass away. That dude had a lot of bread too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he had a ton of bread. He might have been doing the Motown artist dirty, but anyway.
Story for another day.
So young disciple, man, nothing's good enough for you, huh? I'm in the process of trying to give him some flowers for the last couple of games. He's played well. I don't know about eating anything because, first of all, when I called him a bum, he was playing like a bum. So we're not going to do all that. All right. Again, I don't lie. I say what it is. When I called him a bum, he was playing like a bum. Now, if he moves past that, cool. See, you, young disciple, this is interesting because you watch this channel. So you know, just like Transformer knows, I got no problem with coming on the channel and saying, I was wrong about that. Right, Transformer?
Yes,
Do I have any problem with coming on here and acknowledging, okay, I got that wrong. Cool. Like, it's not a problem. Like, a man should have no issue acknowledging he was wrong and taking accountability. I don't move like that. But it's all good.
Tell you what, as soon as, and I'll give more emphasis on that. As soon as I sent it to him, he immediately said, there you go. Good job. He's like, I'm gonna go on. He was like, he literally told me before I even said anything. I just posted like, hey man, Bronny had a good game today. That's all I said. Bronny had a good game. And he immediately responded, there you go. Hey, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna show him his flowers on the next show. I didn't even ask him to. Like, man, I don't care what you know what I'm saying? Like that it meant something to him. It was just a good game, right? And he was just like, gotta give him some love. He put up 16, then he put up 30. You know, maybe the flowers finally blossom.
Yeah, like
growing, right?
It's not
But he
hard
was
to
playing
come
like
on
crap.
here and say, you know, he played well. So the thing is, I'm curious to know, like, he's shown a little something, but the question is, will it translate? How will it translate? So I'm just watching, and a couple of things, right? So what is he, 6'2"? He's an actual guard,
6'2".
and it looks like he's got more of a set shot than a jump shot. That's really weird to me, right? At 6'2", most of the time you see guards are actually having a jump shot. Because, like, if you remember Steph Marbury, like, that dude really used to get up on his jumper, right? And Bronny, he's got a set shot. And so I say that to say, as a small guard, if you got a set shot, you might not get that off, you know, when you go up to the regular league, right? You gotta shoot jump shots. But
like, look, he takes a calls before he shoots.
Yeah. He got a hitch and he doesn't really get up on it. And then, you know, watching, one of the things they always talked about. Whoa, what happened there?
Oh,
there we go. My bad. One of the things they always talked about was his explosive athleticism. Now, do you see explosive athleticism? I don't.
Not high flying. I mean, we're not trying to compare him to his dad. His dad,
no, of course not.
The most explosive, but no.
Like, just look at it. The first step looks slow, and this is against G League defenders, right? He doesn't look like he can dunk, of course, but he don't look like he got bungees, right?
There you go. That was a good one right there.
Yeah, it was. And I was going to get to that. He definitely has strength to take contact and finish, you know, so that's cool. But I'm just looking like,
that's
I'm
slow.
like, okay, where's the explosiveness that they talked about? Now, again, this is only his fourth G League game, right? He did fourth G League game or whatever. And so he's doing his thing, right? Again, big game last night. But I would say that, to me, I would say that they probably ran a lot of the stuff through him to really give him the opportunity to see, okay, if we run stuff through him and give him more touches and give him more shots, can he make it work? So that's cool. Now the question is, in a different, regular, normal style NBA offense, is he going to be able to? How is he going to be able to handle that? Right? Is he going to be able to get anything going when things are not running through him? Right? So you know, these are just questions. But again, it's early on. My main point here was Bronny really has had a very good last two games. And so right now he's not playing like a bum like he was early on. So I wanted to make sure I come out here and give him some flowers because he did play well last couple of games. So it is interesting. But like I said, this athleticism that they raved about, I want to see that, because just watching from the 30-point game, like, you didn't see it. The only thing that you saw that was close to that when he caught the ollie, right? And that was cool. But again, even when he jumps, like, it doesn't look explosive, right? FYF Sports says because he's a 2-foot jumper, we've seen other 2-foot jumpers. I can distinctly think of one.
Did you see
Granted,
that?
he was 6'8", but Dominique Wilkins was a nasty 2-foot jumper, right? Yes, he was 6'8", but he had legit bungees though, right? So, you know,
He's definitely strong. He's definitely strong for being 6'2".
Right. No, definitely. Because I agree with you. Like, we saw him take the bump and finish through contact, which is definitely good. You know, it's always good to be able to do that. But I mean, when I look at other 6'2" dudes, how tall is Baron Davis? 6'2", 6'3", right? Jump out the gym.
6'1".
Right?
No, he's about 6'2". I think he's about 6'2".
Right. Jump
6'1".
out the gym. Steph Marbury, jump out the gym. What's my man? Ben Gordon was only 6'3". Pure jump shooter, like a real jump shooter. Like
6'3". Okay,
not
6'3".
about comparing Bronny to Dominique. It's not. You know what? Anyway, so the point is, when we look at, you know, other guys of that height, there's so many that were way more athletic and explosive than this dude. So I'm wondering, where did the whole you know, ultra athletic thing come? Well, I know where it came from, but like, were scouts not being honest when they were talking about that? It's very interesting. Regardless, you know what? Let me stop talking and give you an opportunity to speak. I'm so sorry, Transformer. Go ahead.
Hey, no, hey, this segment to me was more for you.
Oh, it was for me.
This is for you. Hey, I mean, I'm a big fan of giving the kid time. Just give him time. It was too early to write off anything, to really give a synopsis. It's still early now, right? I think this is a good game for him to get going, right? You sometimes, if you guys play basketball, sometimes you just need to see the ball go in.
Facts.
It's literally that. You can have 3, 4, 5 straight bad games, and everybody's downing you. They're clowning you like, damn, man, you suck, you trash, you booty, you're 0 for 4, you're 0 for 5, you're 0 for 6. But it's just that one time where you just see that ball go through the net, you're like, this. All right, it changes that confidence factor. You're getting a couple of drives to the basket, finishing through contact. That boosts that mentality. Like, damn, okay, I can do this. Like, I didn't get drafted early. I wasn't a mistake, right? I just need that time to develop and blossom. And I think the G League, and I like what they're doing over there. You know, the coach development, the player development, is that they allowed him to give him that chance. Like, hey, all right, let's run through you. All right, maybe that'll get you going. Maybe that'll get you started. Maybe you just need a little bit more of your daddy's mentality. Everything got to go through your daddy, right? In the NBA, maybe you just like him. You just like him. Like, we got to put the ball in your hand, and then, you know, and make run the plays through you. But all in all, man, all respect, dude. It was a very, very great game for him. Last couple of games, you know, I do want to see a little bit more explosion. Like I said, it's just a little slow. And granted, it's the G League. Everything's a little bit slower.
Right.
You know, players are sitting back trying to figure something out.
Yeah, no doubt. For somebody who's supposed to be an explosive athletic player, the first step, I'm like,
he's a good hopper. I think explosive. You think hops. People, I see hop. Like, the man got hops for 6'1". I mean 6'2". The boy can jump. The boy can definitely jump. I think it was a chase down block he had. I think it was in the previous game. I'm like, boy, that boy be getting up there, man. To be what is that? 6'9", he's 6'2". Yeah.
Like I mentioned, you know what I'm saying? Steph Marbury, more explosive jumper than him. Baron Davis, more explosive jumper than him. Ben Gordon was 6'2", maybe 6'3", more explosive jumper. Like, there's a lot of dudes we can go down the list. Muggsy, Spud Webb, considerably shorter than him, both more explosive leapers and faster.
Nate Robinson.
Yeah. Nate Robb. There you go. So it's like, come on, man. We don't have to
over exaggerate
to do this. But yeah, like, I just looked it up in AI, right? AI says Bronny James, the son of LeBron James, recorded an impressive 40.5-inch max vertical leap at the 2024 NBA Draft Combine. The standing vertical leap was measured at 32 inches. The measurements are quite remarkable and showcases athleticism, especially a player for his size. So, okay, cool. Maybe he did that. Cool. But I'm just saying I don't really see it. Now, here's the thing, right? People get on me for what I said about Bronny, as if they're completely ignoring, again, what I've said time and time again. One, I want Bronny to succeed. Two, my biggest issue is what? How it all came about.
How it all came about.
We can't. So we can't. I don't like when people misrepresent people. Obviously, especially me. misrepresent my position, misrepresent my statements. Those are the bigger issues I have with it. But again, this is not for that. This is just a function of I did want to come on here and say, yo, Bronny did his thing. He got busy, no question about it. And I mean, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do than that. Am I supposed to?
No, man, he's going to be the greatest, the best ever.
That's what I'm saying.
The next coming, the second coming,
right?
The new
Should
beginning.
I get my prayer
the
rug
truth
and put a poster of Bronny and then turn the rug towards it and kneel down and like what I'm supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Like this is what frustrates me. Like again, like I'm not I'm not doing that.
It's it's an overreaction to say he's a bum, right? It's an overreaction to say he's out of the slump. To me,
but at the time, wasn't an overreaction?
He was playing like a bum. Playing like a bum and calling him a bum, two different things. You're playing bad. You're playing badly.
You know, you're 100% right. You're 100%
playing like a bum, calling him a bum.
I should have worded that better. You're right.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So me, I didn't put nothing into it because at the time, I mean, 0 points. Wait. He's not doing anything, turning over the ball. He has more turnovers than he has points. To me, that's not playing pretty well.
Sid Bubba says, I'm sorry, that's Laker Nation. Sid Bubba says, I don't understand this. No matter who you are, you have to work hard and prove yourself. Bronny did that. How did he do that? He's had 2 good games. How did he do that, Sid Bubba? He's had 2 good games in the G League. Come on, man. Let's not do that. Huh?
Bronny's proving that, maybe.
No, you can say Bronny is showing improvement.
Yeah.
Bronny has played better the last couple of games.
Improving.
Not,
there you go.
You have to work hard and prove yourself. Bronny did that. What did he prove? What did he prove?
Prove that I can score if you play through me.
Oh, okay, my bad. I guess he proved that he's not what? He's not garbage can juice. All right, cool. He proved that. But like, let's not push it, right? Come on, man. Now that said, you know he's showing he got a little something, but we'll see where it goes. It's all good.
I think this is a start of something better for him. Like I said, man. Even the greats, we just saw LeBron go through a slump. Age 39, go through a 3-point slump. We saw Kevin Durant go for, what was it, 3 for 62?
Yeah, he had a bad
string
run.
Of games. It was
he had a bad
when
run.
we're talking about one of the most efficient scorers in NBA history, right? Had a bad slump. Sometimes you just need to see the ball go in, have a couple of players run through you. Like I said, man, kudos. The person who's not getting the love is the coach and the coaching staff for like literally switching up the game plan and going like, hey, listen, let's see what it's like to play through Bronny.
Yeah,
let's get him comfortable because right now his confidence is being shot. Everybody's talking bad about him. He's not scoring. He's not, doing like he's turning over the ball. He's just not mixing well. Okay, let's put the ball in his hands and let's see what he can do. He might be like his father. Like you couldn't early in LeBron's career. Be damned if you couldn't put the ball in his hands. LeBron is just gonna stand there. He wasn't that type of player, right? But you put the ball in Bron's hands, he can do amazing things with the basketball. And that's what I saw from Bronny. We saw a lot of action going through him. He was the point of the attack, the point of the top of the offense, coming off the screens, moving better. I would say he was moving a whole lot better. Like I said, the step was slow. The driving was just a little slow, but that just could be the way the G League is ran. I don't watch a lot of G League games, but it could just be the speed of what the G League is going through, but the NBA, you're gonna have to pick that up a little bit. But I like how he's at least getting himself going to where it could be more success for him later on down the line. So no,
you know what's something else I like, and I don't know if there was anything behind it or they just gave up because of the pushback and the vitriol. Say, that he absolutely like a nation. You're right. Is that he played an away game in the G League, which wasn't supposed to happen. So I don't know if they said
balled out.
Yeah. I don't know if they said, man, we can't do this anymore. He's got to play, or what? I'm not sure. So who knows? Let me see if I can find these numbers.
What you looking for?
Bronny's G League stats.
Oh, they're not pretty good, other than the last 2 games.
That's right. Because
November 9th against the St.
One bad game, so I'm like. Okay.
November 9th versus the Salt Lake City Stars, 31 minutes, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 5 turnovers. They almost had the same amount of points that they had turnovers. 2 for 9 from field, 0 for 4 from 3. Second game, November 17th, Stockton Kings, 26 minutes, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 1 turnover, 2 for 10 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. This is when he started getting cooking a little bit more. December 7th, San Diego Clippers. It's funny. 22 minutes, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists.
Yeah, that's the second
no
to
steals,
last
1
game.
block. That's the second to last game.
That was
6
solid.
for 15 from the field. Not crazy, not bad.
But that's not terrible, though. Isn't
That's
that
not
about
terrible
44%,
either.
right?
Yeah, it was the 0 for 4 from 3 that killed him, but he finally made his first 3 ball in G League history in his G League career. But 25 minutes, 30 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and that chase down block that I was talking about. And he limited the turnovers to 2. 13 for 23 from the field, which is great, 56% shooting. And then he finally got a 3 ball to go with that 3 out of 9, making him 33%. Nothing crazy, but it's just seeing the ball go in that just makes it different. Because now you're like, okay, man, I can shoot. I can shoot, right? Not to say I'm a shooter, but I can shoot, right? And I think the biggest key is that, watching him develop is that playing through him isn't going to be like that, but also what are you doing on the defensive end? Because I think for him, he's definitely going to have to be a top tier defender at his size.
Wasn't that supposed to be his whole thing?
To the NBA. Yeah, 3-and-D. They labeled him 3-and-D. I never saw him as a 3-and-D player playing in high school, playing in college, but I can see him somewhat being that if he works for it, like Patrick Beverly, who's I like to compare him to the most. That I would like for him to play like just aggressive, ferocious defender and able to shoot the 3. Like Patrick Beverly isn't a 3-point shooter, but he's capable of getting a couple of buckets, knocking down a 3 if he needs to. But his priority is like, okay, I'm ferocious on defense. I'm a dog on defense. And I take that personal when it's in the game.
Right.
I would like Bronny to be more of that, to set himself up to progress the shooting.
I was thinking like maybe a Marcus Smart if he really achieved
like that too.
Yeah, that type of player. I'm with you.
Yeah, I like that. Just put defense first, man. Because defense is what's going to keep you on the floor. Look at Gabe Vincent, man, getting paid to play subpar defense and go 0 for 11 in like 4 games straight. Right? But that could be a you. Not saying you're gonna go 0 for 11, but just being that defensive cog in a rotation piece, and knock down a couple of shots as you're playing. South Bay Lakers do not play through Bronny. He plays off ball. That game they played through him. We were talking about the last game he played through him. A lot of that action was moved through Bronny.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, close vote. I'm sorry, I got distracted by the Heisman. Travis Hunter, 2,231 total points. Ashton Genty, 2,017 points.
That's close.
Victory since 2009 when Mark Ingram edged Tony Gerhardt. Yeah, I know what that was about. Anyway, so I agree with go ahead.
I just said damn.
Yeah.
That's close, man.
It is, yes.
But I mean, the nation, it was literally split between them two. I mean, we knew it was going between them two, but the other two guys, Cam Ward and the boy from Oregon, the kid from Oregon,
Dylan Gabriel,
Dylan Gabriel, yeah. Them folks are just up there just to show support.
I like him a lot. Dylan Gabriel is really good, man. I've been watching him since I freaking covered UCF when I was interning at the Times Union. Covered UCF when Stanford came out here. Tiger Woods was on the sideline because he's Stanford. Yeah. Anyway, back to Bronny. This is gonna be very interesting. But I saw, and I put it up on the screen. I'll put it up again. This was interesting. I don't know what the hell it has to do with anything. Bronny sold 500,000 jerseys at $100 a pop. See, this is what I talk about when I talk about moving the goalpost. Like,
what does that have to do with anything?
Business, right? This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're talking about this dude as a player. Think about what I spoke to: his first step, his explosiveness, his set shot, that kind of thing. And this is what we get. He sold 500,000 jerseys at $100 a pop. So
merchandise. Kobe would turn in his grave.
You already know, man.
We're talking merchandise. Right. Merchandise. Let's talk about the game.
right.
Merchandise.
Oh my gosh.
I don't care if I sold 100 jerseys.
Facts. But yeah, so that's where we are, man. So, but let me end it with this. Let me make sure I end this segment on a positive note in all seriousness, man. Shout out to Bronny James for dropping that 30 ball
Man, you ain't gotta do that, bro.
No.
Stand 10 toes down, Bruce.
I know I don't gotta do that.
I'm messing with you.
Oh, okay. Nah, because I was about to say, same way I criticize the dude, I gotta get the dude his, I gotta get his dude his props for having a great game. So
that's fair.
No, that does mean a lot in the NBA. It is a business, but that doesn't make you a better player. So we're not talking anything about that.
We're not talking about marketing.
We're not talking anything about that. We understand the business aspect of it. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. If you notice, we didn't mention anything about business. We're talking about this dude as a player right now. So
real estate agents, personal training company, podcasting. We know about business.
Already know.
We get it. The good numbers. Bravo. That don't got nothing to do with this topic, though, bro.
Right. We talking about
this topic.
Yeah. But you know what it is, man. I haven't put the Bronny poster on my wall and bowed down and worshipped it yet. I mean, I guess I have to do that and make a video of it, and that might satisfy you.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Now you have to have the LeBron James candle burning, right?
I know,
you have
right?
to put on King James, turn the Bible over to King James version, right?
Right.
You know
Only the King James version.
And you have to hum nun chunga. Come on, man. You gotta do that, man. You gotta do that.
Man.
King James candle burning. You gotta have your LeBron James Hennessy in the glass.
Nah, well, you know that ain't happening.
I ain't say you had to drink it. You just gotta have it in a glass.
Okay. I got you. I got you.
Oh man. That's funny,
really?
Bro.
Really?
Some black and yellow. I'm cool with it. Oh, that bet is still standing there, Edward.
No doubt. We're gonna find out next week, my brother. We're gonna find out next week. But first, we need to go ahead and do this tune-up, work out the Giants, pause, and utilize them as a tune-up for y'all, and then we will see what happens next week. But we're not talking about that right now. All right. You want to open up the phone lines real quick, man? We'd take a quick 1, maybe 2 calls, and then we'll do the NFL MVP race, and then let you get up out of here, man. I know you got some
man, what they over here trying to give me margaritas and chips and queso, and they lighting it up over there, man. It's a whole freaking Mexican party over here.
Uh-oh.
See if my sister come around the corner like, you making fun of me?
All right, here we go. Nino, what's good, my brother? How are you, man?
What's going on, man?
Maintaining, brother. Always good to hear from you.
Shout out to y'all, man. Hey, shout out to Bronny.
No doubt. That's what we're here to do.
That's what the post is about.
Facts.
But I want to go because I thought just the Bronny situation was because he Bron's son. I'm like, man, why are they why are we expecting this player to be ready already? Like, so he getting criticized every game. I'm like, okay, maybe it's because he got the contract or whatever. But then I heard what Paul Barkley said, which is not about Bronny, but I think it's along the same lines. Like, he was talking about the Rockets and how they not ready, how they young. And I'm like, damn, why when don't teams get like time to develop instead of now if it was the Celtics, how Jason Tatum they had time to grow instead of as soon as they lost in the championship to run them. They need to break these teams up, which they were trying to do, if y'all remember that. Where do y'all think my question is, where do y'all think the quickness of not letting things develop come from? Not just Bronny. I'm talking about I see it like we want everything to happen right then. What do y'all think?
So I think a big part of that, and then I'll let Transformer go. I think a big part of it's societal on the whole, right? Everything is microwave in society. For instance, right? I got people I've been friends with for years that, they know I do this pod. They know we put the work into it, but they like my big brother told me, he's like, man, I called him the other day. I was like, son, you been watching the shows? He's like, Brucey, those shows are like 3 hours long, man. I'm like, okay, so like, yo, put Bluetooth in your ear, listen to it while you're mowing the lawn or doing whatever you're doing. If it's still too long, listen to it on 2x speed. It's all good. If it's still too long, I cut the shows up topic by topic. We good.
They're still tuned in. Give me 10 minutes, bro. Listen to 10 minutes.
Real talk. I mean, think about it, right? That's why TikTok and Instagram Reels and all that are so big, right? Because overall, our attention span and our patience level as a society has greatly decreased. And I think that extends to all parts of society. In terms of keeping these teams together, I think also like there's so much money involved, and so many of these owners are like, man, if I'm doing this and paying these players, I gotta get this money now. They want it right away, but they don't understand that if you let it grow organically, you will probably get more money over the long run. But that's just me.
I'm ditto. Everything's microwave, bro.
Facts.
This society is microwave. This era is microwave. Everything needs to be good right now. Like I said, and this is why I reference the 55th pick a lot, because like we don't expect nothing in the first 2 years for 55th picks in the past, right? We don't care what the I'm not gonna say we don't care about the athlete, but we don't remember who their name was. Like you didn't tell me the last 5 55th the 55th picks in the draft. I can only name one. And that's Bronny, and we only know him because of the last name that he carries around, or his real name that he carries around.
Right.
So,
correct.
you know what I mean? So everybody wants something done right now in their face. It's same with what they're doing with the NFL, the quarterbacks. They expect these rookie quarterbacks to come in, get drafted in the first round, even though they're fourth round prospects. Anthony Richardson, I'm making that case here. To me, Anthony Richardson should have never been a first round pick. You can get him in the 4th or 5th round. That's the type of talent that he was. Close to Dakota Prescott. But they put him in the first round. So in the first round, you know, your fans are like, okay, well, we want to see him play now. We need to get him on the field now. We want to see him succeed now. Like, there's a developmental process that goes along with it. You know, was he a first round talent? No, right? Could have got him in the 3rd or 4th round, nurtured him. You know, take your time, wait about year 2, let him watch, develop in film, develop him skills, off-season practice, full off-season work, and then place him to the game. But everything's so microwave that everybody wants something now. Like, he needs to change this organization now. We need to see what he can do now. We don't pay him for another 3 to 4 years. What do you need to see him now for? Right? So, yeah, man, I agree with Bruce on that, man.
But ain't this gonna be hard to find like the Draymonds and the Dennis Rodmans and the Tom Brady's when we doing it like this? Like,
yes, the answer is yes. But they don't care, brother. They don't care. Again, it's microwave society. They want everything quick. So,
all right, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I want to say this.
Yes, sir.
I can't hold it in no more. Like,
what you got, man?
I had to give man down his props too. Listen. They shooting too many damn threes. They shooting too many.
Wait, what happened? Say it again.
Shooting too many threes.
They shooting too many threes out there.
Duh.
They shooting way too many. It's getting out of hand. Maybe y'all seen it.
Yeah.
Y'all seen what
we've been said it.
Right.
But it's like since y'all said it, they've been breaking records ever since. Like at first it was like, okay, they shoot more, but it's too many, but okay. But now, it's like, damn.
It's not basketball anymore. It's just math.
Oh, my God.
So the math is if you keep – okay, I just looked it up, right? Y'all know I'm a diehard Celtics fan, but this is pissing me off. The Boston Celtics are averaging 51 three-point attempts per game this season. Nino, you know basketball. That's not basketball, bro.
That's over half the attempts in a game.
Because that's attempts per game. So the mentality is there you go. The mentality is if you shoot that many, right? And if you make
better than 2.
If you make 15, I'll just say roughly, that's 45 points easy. And if you shoot that many, you're probably never really out of a game, right? Because even if you're down by 20, 30, you can keep shooting the threes and get back into it quick.
75 threes, Laker Nation.
Insane.
But it might be okay if
crazy.
The Celtics were the only team doing it, though. It feels like this just stay style, and you got to beat them like this. But everybody doing it, and Mission doing a lot of Mission. I'm like, damn.
Let me see if I can find this. What is the NBA average three? Hang on, Nino. Don't go nowhere. 3-point attempts per game this season. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, man. It's not basketball, and it's hard to watch. It really is.
I think they broke a record the other day, like 73 or something. Like,
35. I just put it on the screen. 75.
I found it too. Yup. there's no reason to be shooting that many threes. I'm sorry, there's just not. If you run better offense, if you run real legitimate offense, first of all, it's going to make it more difficult to guard you instead of just doing high screen and roll, drive and kick, looking for three, like most of these teams do. So if you run, because remember, back in the day, Transformer, you can attest to this. Your guys were driving the what the hell? You guys were running the triangle. You had different teams running different things. Was it Larry Brown running that motion and all that? Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
So you had a lot of different things happening. But yeah, Nino, it's crazy, man. You got anything else before we get out here? We're gonna move to that next topic.
I just had to let y'all know, man. I'm about getting on board with it. Right?
No doubt, man. I appreciate the call as always, man.
Oh yeah.
No doubt.
All right. So,
yeah. No, man, that's real. But okay, so we
you don't have to go back to old school.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
Just like there could be a healthy mix, right, fellas? We just got to accept the fact that of the matter is not going back to old school basketball no more. I'm not saying that we need to go back there, but 53s a game, but that's excessive.
Terrible.
Eventually, stop shooting shits.
Right. All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here and get to this last topic, and that's the NFL MVP race. We thought it was important to talk about this, especially as the NFL season is winding down. And please forgive me, y'all, because I didn't put Saquon Barkley on this thing, and that was utterly disrespectful.
Like number 2.
Yeah, that's a fact. But you know what it is? My mind is so programmed to think quarterbacks, right? As we well know, right? So I disrespected Saquon, and you know what's funny though? Isn't Derrick Henry like not far behind him in the rushing?
And he's not even on the list.
They're not even talking about him. I'm like, wait a minute, why? I guess because Saquon is the sexier story, but also because I think he's on pace to break the record.
Yeah.
So that has something to do with it as well. But yeah, so we're talking about who may end up being the NFL MVP and the race. Oh, actually, Saquon's like 200 rushing yards ahead of him now. Damn. Oh yeah, he took off. But anyway, I'm sorry. So we're talking about who should be not necessarily should be, but who is right there at the head of the MVP race. And of course, Lamar Jackson, who I guess because the team isn't having as much success as we would like, even though he is near or at the top of most of the quarterback and passing numbers. The team is not having great success, so people are talking about him less, right? It's a recency bias kind of thing. Also, we see Jared Goff. What are they on, a 12-game win streak now? 11 game win streak. You see Josh Allen having literally Herculean efforts out here, 6 touchdowns in one game and all kinds of crazy things, man. So let's do this. So for instance, you got a guy like Josh Allen, who is just doing absolutely amazing freaking things. We know he's got the rocket arm. We know he can take off with his legs. And the crazy thing is how he can move with his legs, being the size that he is. This guy's like 6'5", almost 250, right? He can make every throw. He could play in all different types. He's just a beast, right? He's
very Big Ben-esque.
Yes.
But
young
faster.
Big Ben. That's a great analogy.
But faster.
Mm-hmm. And so you see it, man. He can do a lot, man. The guy is special. He can do a lot. And so a lot of people have him kind of in the forefront of the MVP race. And I will say there's probably some politics to that. The powers that be have wanted Josh Allen to win an MVP for years now.
3 years running.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to get there. But now with the way his team is playing, it's very possible that he might get it, despite
the way he's playing as well, though.
Yeah, but despite the fact that his numbers are actually down from last year, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think because the biggest bugaboo a lot of people gave Josh Allen was the turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could shoot you in a game and he can also throw you out of one, right? He just he was very. I would compare him a little bit more to Brett Favre in some efforts. Like he was trying to make the big play when the big play wasn't there, and he's throwing it in double coverage to Stephon Diggs, and it's getting picked off. Right.
Well, when you get the howitzer, you think you could throw a watermelon through a keyhole. You know what I'm saying? You believe in your arm in every throw. So
exactly
to a detriment. So, to that point, though, only 5 interceptions this season, right? And that's why people are looking at Josh Allen and saying, "Okay, this might be the year." Now, yeah, are the passing numbers absurd? Are the passing touchdowns crazy? No. Only 23 passing touchdowns, 3,000 passing yards. So he might get to 4,000 yards and he might get to 30 touchdowns. But the fact that he's not turning over the ball the way he had in previous seasons, that's what I think is a big difference. Now moving on, Jared, of his passes this season. That doesn't even make sense.
It's higher.
Doesn't even make sense.
I'm looking at the wrong. Yeah, you're right. 72.4. That's right.
Yeah.
That's correct.
3,200 passing yards, 8.6 yards per pass, 25 touchdowns, 10 picks. And
the only person better than him is Tua Tagovailoa, and he's played 4 less games.
And Joe Burrow.
No, Joe was under him.
Under him? Oh, in completion percentage.
Completion percentage. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I was just talking about like overall numbers. Joe Burrow is killing it.
Oh, he's killing the game.
Killing it.
Honestly, and I said this multiple times. The only reason why Joe Burrow is not mentioned for MVP is the record. Other than that, there's no reason why he's not at the forefront or unanimous at this point. 3,700 yards. He's leading by what's that? It's waiting up. Leading by 250 yards per. And that was after the week 1 blunder. All right, leads the league in touchdowns. He's only behind what? Let me see. Oh my gosh, it messed me up. Jesus. Only 3-4 players in interceptions? He has 6. Right? Like, come on, man. Like, those numbers are crazy. 107.9% passer rating, 74.1 QBR. I mean, he would have been running away with it.
Facts.
He would have literally been running away with it.
So let's do this. This will be the last clip that we're gonna play for tonight. This one's a little longer, almost 5 minutes, but this is a clip of Richard Sherman, and he's talking about the MVP discussion. He makes some good points here, and there's something I definitely want to respond to afterwards. Then we'll have you wrap up, and then we'll shut it down. But let's check this out, and that'll be that.
Still believe Josh Allen is not going to win the MVP.
Well, because I just don't know what it's based off of anymore. It used to be based off of elite stats and really, really special performances. And Josh Allen's team is having a special performance, and he's performed special in certain games. Not that he's playing bad football by any stretch of the imagination. He's playing really good football. But MVP level used to be held to a higher regard. And just like last year, everybody was killing me because I was like, Josh Allen has 44 touchdowns last year, 44 total touchdowns. He had about 4,300 passing yards. He did have the 18 interceptions. That was the red herring. But I was like, that's a great season. Like, that's an impactful season. That's a season worthy of MVP consideration. And this season, he's going to end up with a lot. I can't say a lot less touchdowns, but he has 20 passing touchdowns, only 5 interceptions, which is a huge improvement. 334 rush yards, 6 touchdowns, and he still has 5 games to go. So that 2,691 yards will probably get closer to 4,000 if he. What is that? Let's see. If he gets 250 a game, 5 games, that'll be he'll be right about 4,300, something like that. But I just don't understand it when the numbers, I'm not talking about anything but the numbers, guys. Just like I was last year when I said Lamar with 24 passing touchdowns is going to be the MVP. And they told me, yes, I'm sound crazy. I'm stupid. I'm an idiot because I don't think he should get it because those numbers aren't really all-inspiring compared to his MVP season where he had, I believe 36 passing touchdowns. And I think he had, I'd have to go back and look, but 8 or 9 rushing touchdowns. And he just had a lot more that you looked at the stat line and you said MVP. Like if you look at it and you say, hey, completion percentage, does he lead the league? Is he top 5? No. Passing yards, same. No. Passing touchdowns, no. Interceptions, he's probably close to up there, but then you look at Burrow and Lamar and you're just like, Burrow is just being let down at this point, but we're going to get to him later. Then you look at Saquon Barkley. Over 12 games, he has 1,500 rushing yards, averaging 124 yards a game, almost 125 yards a game, 11 rushing touchdowns, which should be 15 if it wasn't for the tush push and them giving it to Jalen Hurts from the 1-yard line 4 or 5 times. 275 touches, 1,700 scrimmage yards. That's starting to sound like an MVP numbers with 5 games to go. So if you say he averages what he averages for the next 5 games, what is that? 600 or so yards. So that put him over 2,000 yards for a running back. That would sound like an MVP season. He'd probably be leading the league in all those categories. MVP. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't get mad at me because the numbers are the numbers, guys. MVPs usually lead the league. Now it's become such a popularity contest of, hey, man, everybody's making a lot of noise about these guys making special plays that the numbers don't even matter anymore. Let's get to Lamar Jackson. When I sit there and say, man, Lamar Jackson's had having an MVP season. He has almost 600 more yards, passing yards than Josh Allen, 9 more passing touchdowns, 2 less interceptions, 3. It's completing a higher percentage of his passes, has almost 300 plus more rushing yard. Don't call me crazy. These are the numbers. His team is 8-5, sure. Could he have run a little bit more last week? Sure, give you that. And will he win MVP without his team being a 1 or 2 seed? Probably not. But the numbers are the numbers. And just like Joe Burrow is being let down in such a criminal way by his defense, and it's really sad. I mean, to score 33 plus in 4 games and lose all 4 of them, to have MVP numbers over 12 games and to be 4-8. They showed a stat where quarterbacks had, I think it was 3,000 plus yards, 30 touchdowns, or it might have been just 30 plus touchdowns, 5 interceptions over 12 games. And I don't think it was Tom, it was Aaron, it was Peyton, it was all them, and it was 10 wins, 11 wins, 9 wins. I think 9 was the least. And then it was Joe Burrow at 4 wins. And it's just like, my goodness, what a wasted year for him. And I can't imagine how he feels, because you're looking at that tape and trying to see what else he could have done more. But again, you look at his stats, 3,300 passing yards, leads the NFL, 30 passing touchdowns, leads the NFL, 5 interceptions, MVP. If Josh Allen had those numbers, I'd be sitting there saying, you guys are silly. Give him the award. Walk away. Like, it's done. But he has 10 less touchdown passes. 10 less. Like, that's a huge number to have less than. And so I don't understand. People are acting like I'm hating. I really like Josh Allen. We just had that game. We talked to him. He's a great human being. He's playing phenomenal football right now. But is it MVP level? I don't. Maybe I'm looking at something different than you guys. Maybe I'm looking at something. And yes, I've watched the Buffalo Bills play. Yes, I understand how dependent they are on Josh Allen performing at a high level to win these games. I fully understand that. But do the numbers not matter anymore?
How many times did he talk about the numbers? Richard Sherman's a very smart guy. He's also a champion. Man. I believe he's a 5-time All-Pro, multiple-time Pro Bowler.
Mm-hmm.
I would expect that.
He went to Ivy League school, didn't he? He graduated from Ivy League.
Bro, he went to Stanford.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to get into Stanford?
Yeah.
Stanford is the only school you can't sign a letter of intent until you're accepted into the school. Stanford is real deal, bro. Academically.
No, absolutely.
Right. So we know he's a smart guy. So I don't understand his insistence on the numbers. Yes, stats are important, but again, the eyes, right? What a guy can do is not always reflected in the stats. So I don't get that.
No. I mean, I do understand what he was trying. I mean, where he's going with it. Like, we've seen a better version of Josh Allen, right? In a sense, but it's more Herculean effort when it comes to like the winning and I mean, not winning, but the way he's playing the football games.
Right. That's
what I just think it's such a heavy emphasis on quarterback that he's just the better quarterback with the good record, not turning over the ball. And I think it's a lot to do with them been wanting to give it to him for so long.
I think that has a lot to do with
James Harden,
well.
like they was like, or Joel Embiid. It was like, man, we want to give it to you, but you're just not healthy enough to stay in the league, right? We want to give it to you, but then we'll give it to you later on down the line. Because honestly, if you was to ask me to pick MVP, it's without a shadow of a doubt, Saquon Barkley.
I'm not mad at that.
Call it what you want, right? I would say Saquon Barkley. He's doing things that we rarely see as a quarterback, and like as a quarterback. I think for me to put you as the MVP, I need to see something that I haven't seen before. Like Aaron Rodgers, 50 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Like, oh man, bro, that's crazy work. MVP. There you go. Patrick Mahomes, I believe it was 46 touchdowns and 7 or 8 interceptions. Like those are high numbers, right? Saquon Barkley might pass Eric Dickerson's record of 2105. He's on pace of doing that right now.
I think he's on pace for like 21-22 or something like that.
21-44 last time I checked. He's on pace for 21-44. So like he can break Eric Dickerson's record, something we AP tried to do it, couldn't do it. Derrick Henry tried to do it, couldn't do it.
Quite get there,
right?
Yeah.
Couldn't quite get there. So like
couldn't quite get there. It's a lot of dudes.
Barry Sanders couldn't get there. So it's like if he gets there and he breaks that record,
especially in this era.
In this era.
Yeah.
And right. And during the time that we are considering running backs to be undervalued. Right. They're not getting paid like they should be getting paid. And when you're looking at receivers and quarterbacks, looking at these $30 million a year, I believe Jamar Chase is seeking a $40 million a year contract. Right.
With the way
Saquon
he's
is
playing,
getting
I don't know. You might have to give it to him.
Granted, but Saquon's getting what, $8 million a year?
Is that it?
Right, like $8 million, bro.
Look, they might with what he's doing, they might have to redo that deal after this season.
And
especially
which is going to
if he breaks
be
the record.
it's going to be huge.
He's going to make a lot in what's that? What do you incentives? He's going to make a ton of incentives. Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, he's going to go down in history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if he breaks that record, it now belongs to Saquon Barkley. We're now talking, can you break the Saquon Barkley record? Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what we're going to be talking about. So, I mean, you just look at the way he's playing. I mean, even in an offense where he's being shortchanged, in my opinion, with the tush push and Jalen Hurts getting the rushing touchdowns, Saquon Barkley could be going on a pace of having a record-breaking Eric Dickerson record with 20-something plus touchdowns.
Rushing?
20-something, just period. I mean, just like rushing right now, it's 11. I believe the tush push and Jalen Hurts has about 13 touchdowns or something like that.
Okay.
At the 1 yard line, where you could just hand it off to Saquon Barkley, like, hey, go ahead and get in there. So even if you give him half of those, you give him half of 6 or 7. So that now puts him at 20 touchdowns on a season if you combine rushing and receiving.
Yeah, I'm sure.
2105 plus 20 touchdowns. Bro, that's MVP. That's MVP.
For real.
Right? So yeah, man.
Listen, I wouldn't be mad at that at all, especially because you know me, you know how much I love running backs and the running back position. So it would be awesome to see it. But I will also say it tells you how quarterback centric the game is, that it takes breaking a record, a long-standing record, in order to get recognized with an award that you should have gotten anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I think if he gets 2,000, they should give it to him. Just get 2,000.
Well,
Henry didn't get it his MVP year, but that was because Aaron Rodgers went crazy.
Did AP get it when he went for 2,000?
AP didn't get it.
No. See, Chris Johnson, did he get it when he went for 2,000? No.
Yeah, but my thing is, during those seasons, there was a quarterback who put up Herculean numbers, like 40-something plus touchdowns, like Aaron Rodgers. So like this year would be the year that if Saquon gets 2,000, there's only one real quarterback who's putting up Herculean numbers, and that guy has a 4-8 record.
Yeah.
So like other than that, it's like none of these other quarterbacks are putting up the numbers to be like, oh yeah, he's clear cut MVP. Yeah. It'll be Saquon, 2,000 yards. He literally changed Philly's offense and whole game scheme around. He literally hurdled a guy backwards. Like that's an MVP move.
Yeah. That's an MVP moment for real. I just think like if the Ravens were winning more, Lamar Jackson would still be in that discussion. But if was the fifth, I think that's how the saying goes, right?
If was a fifth. Boy, I ain't heard that one in Jesus. That was a good one right there. I heard that in a long time. It was a fifth.
There you go. All right, well, let's do this, man. Let's go ahead. Let's take 2 quick calls, see what anyone has to say about the MVP race, and then we'll get out of here.
That's why receivers going to win the Triple Crown. No, absolutely, man. Not Jalen Hurts.
Chase the damn
Jamar Chase is just crazy with it, dude.
Man, he's a beast.
They got to pay him. Whatever that number is, just blank check him. Just, hey, you got it.
Yeah. Just do it. Yeah, he earned that thing.
And again, this is why you pay players early. Now that you sat on them, you could have paid them last year. The number would have been low.
Yeah,
now
but you can say
40 million.
It's the same percentage of the cap because the cap is going up year to year, and so is the so is the money. But let's go ahead and take this call. Here's Bruce. Bruce, what up?
Hey,
what's
going on with you?
Chilling.
Hey, man. If the Ravens win if the Ravens sweep these last 4 games in dominating fashion, Lamar Jackson most definitely win an MVP.
I don't know about winning it. He'll be back right into the running. I don't know about winning it.
Whoever said he was out the running.
Well, I'm saying you don't hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it.
No.
When you hear, go ahead.
Pull up the MVP odds. That's the only way.
He's fourth. He's fourth.
Yeah. He's still in the running.
Okay.
Now, if he run off these last 4, trust me, he gonna win that. And you already know he's leading the Pro Bowl in votes out of every player in the NFL.
And nobody cares
That's a
about
popularity
Pro Bowl. That's not
contest,
even a
though.
thing anymore,
I'm
man.
just saying popularity. I know you don't. I'm not talking about the game within itself. I'm talking about his popularity.
No, I understand that.
The
Question: If Saquon does end up breaking the record or getting past 2,000, still balling, but Lamar Jackson still balling, who gets it?
Lamar Jackson, you know they don't get no damn MVP to no damn running back.
Yeah, but if he breaks a record though, a long-standing record, that he might get it. He might get it if he gets the record. I'm not saying he should or should not. I'm saying it might happen.
And the whole voters fatigue kicks in on Lamar Jackson too. Like, he got to.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Like Saquon is doing something we've never seen done before.
He got 30 touchdowns, three interceptions, bro.
Nobody is knocking Lamar Jackson, man. Nobody's saying he's not worthy of it.
29.
Nobody's saying that.
You know, Rob, I bleed purple, bro. Don't
I know
do that.
I know you do. I know you do. Hey, he holding it. Transformer. He holding it down for G.
You hold it down for G.
It's bad enough the mainstream media.
Listen up, stupid.
Every week. Y'all flip-flop on them every goddamn week.
First of all, First of all, I'm not mainstream media. That's the first and foremost.
Gotcha.
All right,
Y'all
well,
flip-flop every goddamn week, man, with this man. It's getting ridiculous.
Man. No, but I think, like I said, the problem is the winning. If if the Ravens were still winning like they were early in the season, I got you. It wouldn't be a discussion, but that's the only issue is the winning has slipped a bit. But to your point, it will be a very, very good discussion if the Ravens finish hot, right? Yeah. What would they be? 12-5? You will have a real discussion. Yeah. But right now, Josh Allen is the favorite. Like I'm trying to tell you, man, the powers.
I agree with everything Richard Sherman said. They trying to force feed us Josh Allen, man.
Yes, I can see that. I don't disagree.
Yeah,
but I mean, Josh Allen is really, really good too, though. He's really good.
He's not better than Lamar Jackson.
Right,
they would whoop their ass in Baltimore.
That's a totally different discussion. But that's a totally different discussion, 1 and 2. Like you can't say that because they don't play against each other head to head, right? So like but anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's a totally different thing. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. But I do think that it might happen for Saquon if he can continue and break the record. That would be very, very hard to ignore for the voters.
Yeah, and I think Philly gunning for it too. They should be gunning for it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and let them get it.
For real, yeah.
We'll be having a different discussion as the Jet catch the damn pass to the Carolina Panthers.
Huh?
We'll be having a different discussion. Philly almost lost last Sunday to the Carolina Panthers if the boy would have caught the ball.
What I got to do with Saquon Barkley, though?
We'll be having a different discussion about who the MVP should be.
How?
Lost that game to
I was about to say, yeah, why? Because they would only have 3 losses on the year. So
he didn't show off that game last Sunday. Hey, Bruce, let's be real though. I always believe that they should announce the MVP after the Super Bowl, but I know I'm just serious. That's how I know.
Saquon had 124 yards.
Hey, everything you say not law, Bruce. I'm saying that's how I feel.
I didn't say that. I didn't say everything I say is law. No, I was saying I don't think they should announce the MVP that late because what's going to happen is that's going to push back the voting and it's going to allow the voters to get playoff stuff into their mind when the MVP is a regular season award. I think that's going to be the problem. But that's me.
Yeah.
Lamar done had 4 perfect games this year, man. Come on, man.
I'm not arguing against Lamar, Bruce. I'm not. I'm just saying there are other worthy candidates. That's all I'm saying.
Let me ask you this right now. Yeah. Right now, if you had a choice to pick between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, who you going with?
Like to be my quarterback on my franchise?
Yes.
I don't know, man. That's tough. That's really tough.
Yo, crazy.
That's really tough.
Crazy. You ain't no true. You denounced from the Ravens. You're not a Raven, bro.
Okay, so let's take Lamar Jackson out of a Ravens jersey. Take him out of a Ravens jersey.
Hold up. Why the decision so hard to make?
Because Josh Allen is an animal, He's a monster.
So what is Lamar Jackson?
Yes, he is, and that's why the decision is hard to make because they
Bruce,
both
you have some
monsters.
doubts. You have some doubts. You have some doubts towards Lamar Jackson, Bruce, for you to say, for you to be a Ravens fan.
Listen. Y'all gonna stop this, man. Y'all gonna stop this. Being a Ravens fan does not mean I can't be objective and look at things rationally from all angles.
Okay, so why not? Okay. Okay, explain your reason why. Okay, why? Why you don't know?
I just finished saying they're both monsters, and if we're real, as great as Lamar is, what have I consistently said? I just want to see it. I want to see it in the postseason.
I want to see it. Hey, Josh Allen brought home a Lombardi trophy yet?
They got more.
No matter how he looked in the playoffs.
He's got more playoff wins than Lamar. He's got more playoff wins than Lamar.
Postseason. I don't care.
Okay, then you don't have to, but he's got more playoff wins than Lamar. He has played better in the playoffs than Lamar.
Do you have a trophy? Did he get it done? Did he get it done? Has he been to a Super Bowl yet? And won one? No.
Postseason.
Ain't that the aim and the purpose of being an NFL franchise?
Yes.
At the end of the year?
Yes, it is. But if you have a quarterback that plays better in the postseason, you have a better chance of that happening. Am I right?
Postseason.
Well, he must have been playing well enough to be losing.
Okay.
They have not won a Super
All right,
Bowl
listen.
yet.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you this, Bruce. Is it fair to say that in discussions of Lamar Jackson and the Ravens that you may lack some objectivity? Is it fair to say that?
No, I do not.
You just finished saying you bleed purple.
And I don't understand. You being a Ravens fan. You being a Ravens fan.
That doesn't mean that I have to. Yeah, go ahead.
You being a Ravens fan on the fence about who you choose between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. I think it's a little bit more deeper than what you're saying, brother.
Okay, that's cool.
Besides playoff play.
Okay.
What it really is.
Somebody get G in here.
Exactly what it is. That's what I've always said it is. I think Lamar Jackson is great. He just needs to show more in the playoffs. But let's stop transforming. You got anything else, Bruce?
Nah, man, go ahead, man.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the call, man. All right.
I think we're gonna have to start giving him and G like a Raven sexual.
I think
we call LeBron sexuals, the Raven sexuals.
No, we might have to give him a segment for real though. We might have to talk about that. But all right, listen, team. We're gonna go ahead and leave it right here. We're done a little short of 3 hours, which is relatively fast for us. We appreciate you all coming and hanging out with us. We appreciate you guys sharing your thoughts. We appreciate you listening while we share ours. It's always great to have you here. Continue to like and subscribe. Continue to share the show. I truly appreciate it. And we're gonna get up out of here, man. And again, if you're so interested or if you are so inclined, please join the channel. And then once that happens, you'll start seeing some interesting stuff going on for the members. All right. And yes, before we leave, man, shout out to my brothers in arms. Shout out to the United States Naval Academy who put an absolute butt cutting on my Army Black Knights today. I have nothing to say about it other than shout out Transformers, shout out Sid Bubba, shout out for any other sailors who may listen to this or who may be in the chat right now. I don't know if there's any more in the chat besides Sid Bubba, but the point is, man, shout out to Navy, man, because y'all did your damn thing today. And
we appreciate it.
We
appreciate it. And hey, a shout out to Sneed, man. Sneed threw in a huge gem for me in this microphone. I hear myself sound more clear.
That's what's up.
So Sneed, you come back, you watch this, man. Appreciate it. I can hear myself better because I used to talk like this into the mic, but now I talk like this into the mic.
You're right.
That's crazy work. But
that was crazy work. Wow. Did I tell you my big sister's a Navy vet? Did I tell you that?
No.
She texted me during the show talking greasy.
Talk your talk, sis.
Yeah.
Talk your talk, sis. Matter of fact, I should call my little sister. My little sister, she just turned Army.
Man,
so
don't do that to her, man. Don't do that to her.
Your first year in the Army, getting spanked by the midship.
Don't say that to her, man. Man, you leave her alone, man. All right, so y'all. We will be back with y'all tomorrow night to do the weekly NFL wrap up. Have a good one. Be safe. We out. Peace.